This is the Levels Network. I'm Justin Horo, joined by the Triple AG, Willie Mason, and the bro, Lukey Stowe. Before we get into all things Adam doing and what's doing at the West Tigers.
Adam Doueihi doing?
So even though I've talked about it at length, I want to just give you some of the pieces in and around it, and then AG, you do your thing. Lukey, you can chip in as well because I know you had Lukey live on Thursday night, but that's more paracentric, isn't it? So that
was a Lukey live.
Yeah, you didn't want to delve into it. All right, so it all started last week when Adam Doueihi got off his suspension.
Mm-hmm.
He had to go to the judiciary on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
He got off and therefore was available to play on the weekend, although he was named, both him and Latu Fainu, in jerseys 21-22, I think, maybe whatever it may be, 2021. Javon Andrews was given the number 7 jersey, and there's been a lot of hype and a lot of chat around Javon Andrews, and Jerome Alive was a 6. Once Adam Doueihi got off, there was a conversation between Benji and Adam Doueihi on the Thursday around where Adam Doueihi was going to play. And after hearing that Adam Doueihi was going to be playing both a hybrid role of potentially off the bench or at lock to give a 3-pronged attack, Adam Doueihi turned it down. He then said he would be unable to play. The reports are Benji spoke to a few people, spoke to a few players, changed his mind, wanted Doueihi to play again at 7. Don't know what the change was going to be after the fact. And then Adam Doueihi again once turned him down. Benji got on with the job.
Benji went back and said, okay, you can play 7.
Apparently after the advice of speaking to a few other players.
Yeah, okay, we want Doueihi at 7. Yeah.
So he spoke to a couple other senior players around the situation. There's clearly some frustration. He mentioned in the presser that he spoke to players. No one voiced their concerns to the level of Adam Doueihi. The reports are that Alex Twal was another guy that was unsettled by the decision. Seems natural, right? The Lebanese brothers.
Yeah. We
know, growing up in Western Sydney, how the Lebanese brothers roll together. Not to say that is the only reason that Alex Twal's on board with what Adam Doueihi was doing, but that was reported as to be the case. Adam Doueihi eventually sat out. Tigers got pumped
badly,
and there are now reports that Adam Doueihi, as of this morning, there was supposed to be a meeting between Benji, Adam Doueihi's manager Isaac Moses, the new CEO, which is Mellencamp, Lukey,
John Cougar.
But that's a Fletch favourite as well. He loves it. He's both the same.
Stupid Hugo.
Yeah, stupid. And then it was reported late last night after the game that Adam Doueihi has no interest in returning to the Tigers. So it's getting pretty ugly, man.
That's heavy. And this broke on Thursday when I was doing Channel 7, and because we were supposed to talk about like money, all that sort of stuff, Munster and all. There's a lot of shit going on. And then all of a sudden he goes, "No, did you hear about the Adam Doueihi thing?" I said, "No, he's denied." So there wasn't all this information. I was the
same on Thursday night.
All I heard was he come back from injury or some shit or suspension, got named on the bench. They said you probably could play lock or some sort of hybrid role.
See, that's
not 7.
I'll jump in quickly on that. It hasn't even been clarified whether he
we don't know.
Whether he was the part that's grey, this is the grey bit with the positional. It's not been determined whether he was going to start, because then therefore that would have moved Alex Twal up to the front row, you'd assume, right? Or was he on the bench? Like that's one piece of information that I have not got clarified as well. Continue. Sorry, mate.
And that's what I was thinking. I was like, first of all, Adam Doueihi has every right to be upset, right? Because like he's been outstanding for them. He'd expect to come back into the game as a 7. You know, get it. I get it. You're upset. But I've never seen the answer of no, I'm not playing, coming back to a head coach where you're supposed to be in this team environment, team first, Tigers first. He's been out very vocal about how he feels about Tigers last year, press conferences when he was injured and everything like that.
Tiger Town,
all this sort of shit, fucking all about it, blah, blah, blah. And then like a little bit of adversity comes and the coach asks you for a favour to fill in this position and you say flat out no. I've fucking never, ever, ever heard of that. Even from the 80s, 90s, and the 2000s, ever. And that's what's shocking to everyone.
Yeah.
I've heard Gordon Tallis have his fucking say on it. It's pretty much echoing what I'm thinking.
So let me just so me and Mace were watching a clip in about the favoritisms, right? And this is a big part of. So not only it's been reported too. This was on Triple M. We were watching the potty on the way in between Jammer, Gordy, I think it was Reedy and Dobbo. Right? They had a bit of a scrum
on the Sunday scrum.
On the Sunday scrum, and Gordy was talking about after Reedy reported that it's not just a positional switch, but also favoritism. And then Gordy brought up an example of how Wayne Bennett at times, and I think still to this day, would have give a little bit more leeway. His example that he used was Steve Renouf left a training session with the shits one day. Gordy said, "What the fuck's going on?" And Wayne goes, "Hey, when you play like Steve Renouf, you can all right, so stay in your lane." Basically, that's a young Gordy.
Yeah,
that's a young Gordy at the Broncos.
And that's the example. And I've known Wayne Bennett for 20 plus years, and I've been coached by him. Australian level, like you're not going to have favourites at the Australian level. You sort of do, but you're not. Blokes just don't do that, right? You don't just I'm going to have a hamstring problem. Blah,
well, there's
blah,
not really the drama
at that level, right? But club level, you're in the 30 squad. Like I'm not doing the same thing as a 22-year-old. You know what I mean? Like me, Jeremy Smith, this and that on a Monday or Tuesday. We're in the pool. Young fellas are out there running fucking Malcolms and shit. Right? So you got to earn the right to be in that group. Like Adam Doueihi, no disrespect, has not earned the right to even fucking get any of those exemptions, right? Oh, you can do X, Y, and Z. You know, played no rep football. You played no fucking, all this. You played, 100 games or whatever. You're just a fucking normal player, mate. You don't have any right to get any exemptions or look at other people, how they're being treated and this and that. Like, that's what it feels like. You know what I mean? Like
that's what it feels like the reports are. Do you think again?
Does he want those exemptions? Does he think he fucking deserves to be straight back?
Here's where it's really difficult. It's maybe he's not necessarily thinking that, but is he looking at the rest of the playing group saying, "There's no Steve Renouf in those guys that are getting"?
There's none there.
So it could be the other. It could be.
And this is where it's getting a lot of grey area, and people are starting to like make their own little fucking guessing what's going on because you could go down that rabbit hole and go. Maybe he's just fighting for the rest of the team, and the whole team's are fucking over Benji. Benji's got his favourites. They might be not saying anything. Could be Luai, for instance. What he's done to the club to Doueihi. He's going back to his comments. Wouldn't be fucking fitting well with Doueihi's how he thinks about that club
potentially. Yeah.
So he'd be having that against, and this is where the talk starts in locker rooms. Like, fucking what the fuck is Luai doing this? He gets straight back into 6 and fucking should be playing 6. Fuck him off now. All that sort of stuff. That's what happens in there. That's what happens in a group, right? And then like all the younger brothers and that could be talking about this and could be talking about other positions. How the fuck is this guy holding his position? How's he doing this? Or he's fucking mates with Benji and this and that. Like it's all that shit talk would have been happening since Luai left and made the decision, I reckon.
I understand where you're going with that for sure.
That's the angle. That's the other angle of how he got to this position of, I'm not playing. Other fucking players are fucking go. Because I reckon there was more said, I'm not playing. Most of the fucking team are off you, blah, 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 because you got your favourites and blah, all that sort of shit. You know?
I love, mate, I'm good with you with saying all this too as well. Even though there is... we can't say for certain because we're not within the 4 walls, but we can speak on examples of being players where I've had teammates disgruntled, and sometimes there are teammates that are disgruntled and have the shits, and 90% of the group are good. A couple get pissed off, and it's just like, all right, he's pissed off with his certain particular situation, and then others are influential. Like other players are influential, and they can have. The ability to influence other players in the group.
If you've got the runs on the board like Luai has, and he might be getting all these exemptions and doing this and that, he's deserved it in my eyes. No one else in that team has, right? So if Luai's getting, he can make a decision and go to Papua New Guinea because he's put the work in 6 or 7 years. New South Wales representative, Samoan representative, 4 fucking grand finals, big part of everything. So I'm like, he's the only guy there with runs on the board. Right? So you just going, if you're talking about him, and I think it is about Luai, I honestly do, because no one else will be getting any fucking special treatment at that club. Because it's not deserved. You don't have a gun centre, New South Wales centre out wide. You don't have your fucking fullback Tedesco. You don't have anyone that deserves a fucking like a little break here and there, like or keep getting selected or have a rest here, a rest there. I think Luai's the only one who deserves that.
Okay,
I think it stemmed from him.
Yeah, let me ask you this question because I agree.
And that's not throwing any shade at Luai. That's just because he deserves it.
No, that's, if anything, it's a compliment.
Mm.
Jerome, despite his situation, if this was purely about the Jerome situation, then and favoritism towards Jerome and the contract that he got, I fully agree. Like he's got the runs on the board. If the frustrations from Doueihi is around other players in the team getting favoritism, then again, just I want to clarify this too. I'm being sympathetic to Doueihi's situation to begin with, but I'm also got a flip side, which we're going to get to, which is unacceptable what he's done.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just
this is the complimentary bit to fucking
we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Yeah. So and then if there is frustration from Adam Doueihi around other players getting leeway, I think the only two that would get I'll put Appy Carousel in Jerome's and not to say that they do get it, but if they were getting favoritism,
I don't think Doueihi would be whinging about finished. Sorry, I'm just like, because he's fucking does everything for those little fuckers.
Yeah, I just want to talk about what favoritism can look like too. Just continue to ask you questions around this as well.
Yeah.
Like favoritism can be the extreme situation with what's happened to Jerome, right? That's an example. He had a clause in his contract. He's moving on next year. They've made a decision to move on, and it's really affected Adam Doueihi. Where Adam Doueihi's lost his position for this, would have lost his position for this round, and that would have been confusing for Adam to go, Jerome's moving on. You've just made a decision. Like, what's going on? If you're going to play Javon Andrews,
there's a fucking rookie in front of me as well. That'd be fucking burning me.
And that, so you've got a rookie and a guy moving on next year. So I understand the frustrations from Adam Doueihi on that specific part. And again, I think I can say this with certainty just because I've watched the way and I've been at games and I've seen the energy that Appy Carousel warrants and deserves. He's definitely not talking about Appy.
No.
So we can.
No,
I can.
I didn't even, that's why he wasn't even in my thoughts about Appy because I'm like, he's in the middle doing all your shit, mate.
So there's clearly no concerns with the co-captains, I don't think as well.
No.
But, is he frustrated with other guys within the group? Is it and this it can be as simple as this, mate. Standards around the club with detail to training. And the big one is I've been sat in a number of video sessions and
getting shown up.
I've watched coaches not hold certain players accountable.
Yeah.
Now that's when it's like I've had my own concerns on that. I've walked out of video sessions or gone to coffees with boys and going, are they going to fucking call this cunt out? What's going on? Come on. Like, and the reason that's a part of how favoritism looks. And the reason I got frustrated at times because I was a journeyman guy. I was a guy that wasn't guaranteed positions, and I would often get caught out, and deservedly so. Like I knew that I made errors in a game. It gets frustrating at times when you are watching a play and they're identifying the wrong player, or their name's not even on the video. Like that's and not to say this has happened. That's just a layer of frustrations around favoritism.
And this could be going on for a couple of months. It could have been going on from last year. Like there's a lot of little nuances in this to be able to go and have the audacity to say fucking no to a position. So it's more than just 1 week of being injured and coming back and then saying you're going to play off the bench or play lock or whatever. So it's a multitude of things that have happened to Doueihi for him to say that. That's in my eyes. I'm like, because I'm not just doing that. I could never ever do that unless shit was happening that I'm not comfortable with. That is getting that's been getting let slip, fucking whatever the fuck it is. It's been slipping for fucking a couple of months.
Not being held accountable.
No accountability, this, and this. And I'll be like, fuck it, right? Because Doueihi looks at himself as a senior player there, pretty much a captain of that club, and highly well respected. He goes, who's going to say this shit? I'll say it. Fuck him, right? Bang. And this is a perfect opportunity. And it must have been boiling for a while for him to say that. You know that. You've been in the game for fucking ages. You've never seen senior players act like that. You've never seen fucking your role players play like that. Anyone. Never seen it all. So this is a multitude of things that has made Doueihi go, nah, I don't feel like playing. And if he went back to double down, Benji, and say, come back and play, I want you to play 7, and for him to say no again, which we're we don't know if that's a genuine thing. Is that a genuine thing?
That's been reported, yeah.
Did you watch that SEN clip that he did that night after the judiciary?
Yeah, with Noddy.
Yeah, that was interesting.
So, because this is we're talking about the Doueihi side of things, and that'll factor into my
So we're trying to
take
get to the
later on.
Doueihi mindset.
So, by the way, Lukey's talking about Brett Kamali talked about as an interim coach.
Yeah, I saw that.
No. I'm talking about he was interviewed on SEN after the judiciary talking about where they've been training, and it's like he couldn't give an answer, and he was
that was with
thinking
Vossi
about his motive. Correct.
That was with Vossi.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he does a weekly spot with Vossi. I wouldn't say it's weekly.
He does a Triple M thing. He does a lot of stuff, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He does. He's pretty he's really good on Medium. Yeah.
Like this, I never would expect this from his character.
But then also, yes, I can. Like, I don't know Adam Doueihi personally. He's quite what's the best way of describing him? Obviously, cross paths with him at games. You can tell he's quite guarded.
Yeah,
you can tell he's just getting that. You know, when you get energy from someone, you can tell he's a very thoughtful, like self-aware, deep thinker. So I'm factoring all this in, mate.
Well, like because you got to know his character, because it takes a special sort of a special character to have this mindset to do whatever he's doing. Because you're not rolling in like this. If you are if you had told Luai this, he would have fucking went, yeah, all right. I reckon, because he's team first and he understands what his position is in the club, what he's done and everything. Like, if you had went to Luai, I'm not playing you this week, Doueihi's coming back, I reckon Luai would have went, yeah, all right. But going to this guy's, his psychology and everything, like, you got to go way deeper than just, you're thinking he just went, no, I don't want to, just because I just don't want to at that moment, because he is a deep thinker and he's very calculated, apparently. So this was not a fluke. This was not a fucking little temper tantrum. This is fucking going on for a couple of months, all from last year, and he's fucking had enough.
Okay.
That's the positivity thing. And then it's just like, Doueihi, you just can't fucking do this, mate.
Yeah.
You don't. You put your team first. Team first always. If you're talking shit about and talking stuff about Tigers and this and that, love the Tigers, blah, 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 and you cannot be that guy that says fucking no to a position when your coach asks you. You're not a tennis player, mate. Go play fucking golf when you can make your own decisions and it doesn't affect anyone. Individual sports, mate. You know you've been playing team sports your whole career.
Yeah.
You're a good player. You're a good person, apparently. This has fucked you big time. Character assassinated big time. Who the fuck would want Doueihi in their locker room now?
I think it's a good question. It's a good question.
That's what I worry about, right? And because
let me answer that. Let me answer that. I think there are a couple of teams that are desperate. And one of them makes a whole heap of sense right now, and this is a contract situation which I'm sure there'll be layers around it. If he does indeed move on, Perth is screaming for some sort of marquee talent. So that's an answer to one.
Yeah, and I think he's going to have his side of the stories when he has the meetings with the CEOs, the GMs and everything like that, and he's going to go, well, this is what was happening, and I just stood up.
Can you keep looking at the story and seeing if anything's unfolded?
Literally on
just
Fox
League.
So I think he will. Like, obviously now he's copping a barrage from everyone, ex-players, not current players, journos, which I don't think he'd give a fuck about, but mainly ex-players. You know, like, look at us having because we understand. Yeah. We understand. The journos can only report on what they know, the little facts and little stories and all that sort of shit. But we've been in locker rooms. We know what it takes to fucking, because we've never done this. And we've never seen it.
Have you been close? Like,
no. Well, I remember when Folksy dropped me in 2003.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you.
2003, a week before round one, he goes, I'm not playing you. I said, what? He goes, don't like your attitude. Haven't liked it since you come back from a Kangaroo tour. 8 weeks ago. I said, well, that would have been fucking nice 8 weeks ago. So I went, I was a bit fucky. He goes, you can go home now. How
heated did that conversation get?
Not that much, because I'm like, he's made his decision. What am I going to do? Want to fight the coach or tell him to get fucked? Yeah. Not going to help me. I'm like, I just want to go back, get back in the side and fucking kill it.
Yeah. Were you burning though? Like
burning.
What was the car drive
burning,
home?
Mate. Just sitting there going,
driving the car home.
I was more disappointed in the fact that he didn't tell me 10 weeks ago or 8 weeks ago. Go, Mace, fix your attitude up. I was young, brash, cocky. I was 22 years old.
Feeling yourself.
Feeling myself, fucking this and that. Like if you're a good coach like a Wayne Bennett and stuff like that, that's where Folksy wasn't a people person, right? He don't give exemptions to anyone.
Yeah.
Right? So he's the same level between me and us. And I always said, you can't coach me the way you coach Jamie Feeney, to Mark O'Mealy, to Sonny Bill. Like, you can't do that, mate. And in the 90s, you probably could. Right? And he's like, And we sort of learnt off each other. I said, I'm not the same as these fuckers.
Mm.
I'm not a hard-working back rower. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not you. I'm not this. Can't mold me into anything, right? And I just said, mate, 10 weeks ago, this would have been good. Yeah. And I was just sitting there going, you get a little bit emotional, you get angry, you don't know what you're feeling. I'm like, fuck. And he goes, you can go home. This is captain's run before the fucking game.
Wow. So round one.
Yeah, round one. And I went, fuck, I just went home and just went, oh, fuck, what do you do? Like, and I'm like, do you have to, I'm not going back through reserve grade or anything like that. And he goes, I'll bring you in when I think the attitude's changed. Come back in next week, just because there wasn't a problem with my.
What happened in the result in that game? Can you remember
I think we lost round one. 2003. I was hoping they got beat too.
Yeah, that's natural.
So it makes me look all right.
Yeah. When you're out.
You got pipped by the Rabbitohs 18-20.
Yeah, by the Rabbits in 2003. And they were awful.
Is that Fletcher's?
They were wooden spooners.
Yeah. Braith got binned at the end.
Yeah, so I end up going straight back in. But yeah, that time was like, oh, fuck yeah. Sort of hurt your soul. There's not one moment that I went, I want to release. I'm not playing.
Yeah.
I said, all right, I'm just going to prove you wrong, get back in the side, and then just fucking go on. That's it. But that is because how strong our culture was as a club, how much I loved the players. I just didn't want to let anyone down, right? And plus my own personal fucking drive to be great and to be fucking, this is I looked at it like a learning curve. I'm like, all right, fuck you. I'll just prove you wrong.
Given that context, doesn't it make it more crazy that like he has to have all right, this is plan A. I'm going to come in. I'm going to effectively throw the grenade. And then what's the next step? Like, that's what I find crazy.
Dewey's.
Yeah. This is where I think he has cornered. He might not feel it that way, but I think he's cornered himself. There is no way. I said yesterday, before the news broke, I said I would drop Adam Doueihi to New South Wales Cup for the entire year and make him earn it again. And that was, even though I fully appreciate that he is probably, well, he's not, arguably, he's the best option in the halves right now. It's a power struggle between Adam Doueihi and the way he thinks about Benji. And then Benji has got a guy who can potentially for Adam to do this, he wouldn't be the only one thinking it, right? So you've got to have, despite what we've all said, he would have had to have gone to a couple others and gone, fuck, am I crazy? What's going on with this? And I'll give you another example, right? Yeah. Here's an example of when I was playing, and totally different level to you, Mace. And I always appreciate having your take on it, being a superstar, being an Australian. And then I've also played in teams before where I haven't always believed in the coach, and it might not be more so a favoritism or personality thing. I just like, he's just not it, right? Yeah. And there's different layers to however you view that. And I used to get the forward pack together, and I'd go, "Come on, boys, it's us against the fucking it's us against our own coach. Like it's us. It's I didn't even involve the backs in it. Yeah, that was my motivation. That's how I like. And we went on a bit of a run, like with that sort of mentality as a group, as a forward pack. And I'd be like, you know what? Like, you're playing for your own pride. Like,
everyone's on the chopping board.
To be like totally honest, I could care less about the jersey, right? It was less about the jersey and it was more about your own pride and doing it for the guys that you love. Yeah. Like, I had a couple of like really good mates in that team. I said, let's just fucking go out there and despite the fucking coach, give it to these cunts. Like, sometimes you've just got to manufacture your own sort of.
You have to. And in this position, Doueihi, if he probably had his time again, he'd do it a different way. Right, you'd probably try and get everyone together and galvanise each other and go, fucking, if you got something wrong with Benji, like, he'd know who's been unhappy, right? Get everyone together, mate, right? Be that if you're a leader, lead in other ways. This is not good leadership. This is like a stupid leadership. Yeah. Could cost him his career, right? I know he's going to probably get another gig, but I can't envision him in a West Tigers jersey.
No, I can't either.
Not for this year. No. I just think you just fucking put a red line through his name and go search someone somewhere else where you can find another coach or something like that, because he's dug his heels in. He said what he said. He's dealing with all this sort of shit now. The backlash is fucking massive. It's massive. I'm not sure if you envision this or thought about the repercussions, right, to saying this in this game.
here's another
Here's
another part of the confusing part for Doueihi, right? If you did think all of these things, right, and you had your reservations around Benji, the way he treated people, all that, being unfair, Adam Doueihi re-signed a 2-year deal on the 8th of August in 2025. Okay, right? So was it festering then? Was it were the conversations before re-signing? Was that something that...
And this is after he was coming back from injuries.
Exactly, right? So he's had a rough couple of years. He started to string some games together. And then with Benji playing his best footy, he then extended again for a further 2 years on the 13th of March in 2026.
Yeah. And
that's the part for me. That's the part for me, Mace. And I was waiting to just discuss it all and go, all right.
Yeah,
I fully appreciate where you're going with all this. If you've got frustrations, mate, in the last year, Adam, you've extended twice.
Yeah.
Surely in those negotiations, if you've got issues with the way, unless, and again, this is unless you're within the four walls, unless it's maybe you've said something and it's not been addressed and all right, even though it's not addressed, I'm still going to re-sign and get that big deal because I'm playing really good footy and I'm becoming a leader and there's a pathway to me being the dude. At what point during that last year do you not go, Benji, fuck, that's not good enough?
Yeah.
Right? If you want to keep me, you're extending me to big money.
Yeah.
And
you're letting all this other shit slide.
Well, why isn't that's a Benji and an Adam issue.
Yeah.
If you re-sign.
There's a problem there. There's a problem between the coach and the players, obviously. Otherwise, this shit wouldn't be happening. And we don't know that, but you just can't make a decision like this without that being the case. He ain't going to do it if he has beef with the CEO or the GM or some shit like that.
They're all new characters anyway.
Yeah. Everyone's
it's a player coach thing.
Yeah, it's a player coach thing, and he's unhappy. He's probably made the worst decision of his whole career because it's going to cost him. It is going to cost him. It's just I've never seen anything like this, and that's where you'll hear a lot of old players played in my era or before, like Gordy and that going. Never seen it. And you're talking about guys who play with fucking rock stars, not fucking average players, right?
And I've used examples like this over the last couple of days as well. And the main one for me that is, front of mind is because of the club. And I've actually talked about the change as well. So the example that I wanted to use around the frustrations around being moved, if it's purely a move thing, look at Turbo last year when he had to play centres. And I called for it, right? I said that, to prolong his career, I think there should be conversations around him moving. That would be very difficult conversations. Siebes made the move. You could tell visibly Turbo was fucking pissed off. But he still did it. He went and played in the centres until there was an injury and then he was moved back. That's Tom Trbojevic.
Yeah.
Before the injuries, he could arguably go down as one of the greatest.
Yeah.
Doueihi's not at Turbo's level as well, right? It's not even close.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to disrespect Doueihi because Doueihi's way better than wherever I ever was. But there are examples of elite players being shifted to account for changing position.
For the team.
And this is
the
part.
main thing. It's for the team.
Yep.
Not for you and your fucking shine. You know what I mean? You're talking about the team where Benji was like, I think we're going to give this young kid a crack because he might be the future of the game. Benji's going to move over. You're obviously going to be at 7 or 6 next year, so who cares, right? But I need you to play lock or something like that to give us a new dimension around the ruck. Okay, so all right, whatever. You're going to come off the bench, yeah, sweet, whatever. And then things go pear-shaped, you probably start next week. But we need to give the young kid a crack. That's how Benji, I think, would have said it roundabouts. And then to say no, it's like, oh, fuck. It's bad.
This one comes from a large Zinger box. We talked about the desperation of a team like Perth, and I'm not to say for certain whether they would be interested if he did become available. Hey, boys, after the Doueihi news, could we actually see him back in South's colours next year? Cody Walker's contract negotiations are reportedly on hold, like a lot of players. Doueihi is a former Rabbitoh. Benji and Wayne have a good relationship, so if anyone knows the full story, Wayne would be aware of it. From South's point of view, they'd be bringing an experienced NRL half who can cover multiple positions. Well, let's be honest. He hasn't hurt his calves yet, so probably due for one of those at South Sydney as well. Love the show as always, boys.
Of all coaches, I think this is the one that you wouldn't want to be under. And because of the relationship with Benji and Wayne, and so Benji knows the real story, and if it's not going to be painted in the best light,
Wayne is Benji's mentor.
Yeah, you don't. He's
Yeah,
like,
that's the right way.
I don't-
Benji has said it
yeah,
a couple of times that
yeah.
he goes to Wayne for advice all the time.
I don't think he'd.
You can rule South Sydney out.
Straight out.
Yeah.
You don't want to be coached by him.
What would you do? Here's a question: if you were a coach, a GM, and you were Perth, would you consider Adam Doueihi?
Yeah, you would, because you need. He can play, right?
Mm.
I'm not saying he's a rock star. He's not an Origin player or a Test player or anything, but he's a good burst grader when he's fully fit. He's injury prone.
Mm.
He's captain material of the Tigers, I think, but in another club, nowhere near it. But if you're Perth, you'd be like, yeah, okay, we've got to have a good conversation with him, but you need to find out all these little fucking nuances in this little debacle that's happened now. You need to know. You can't have the thing. Did he just say no and then that's it? Then you're like, nah, fuck him. You know, but like, there's obviously a lot more to it where it could favour Doueihi. It could favour Doueihi. It could be like Benji. It could be a club thing. It could be that. It could be a multiple fucking factors coming into this.
Benji's already had his say.
What did Benji say?
Do you think he's spoken to the presser about understanding Adam not wanting to play? It was very pro Adam Doueihi. It was it's a very difficult presser for Benji to have. He talked about his feelings. He talked about mental health, all those sorts of things. Look, I fully appreciate, and I want to be careful with what I say here, like around the mental health space. Like, this is a different example of mental health. Like, there's a real serious side to it, which we talk about all the time.
Then there's just emotions.
But this is emotions, right? There's a difference between emotions and being frustrated and not wanting to play a game of rugby league, which you played for. And then there is people really struggle with the mental health. And it frustrates me sometimes when that gets put into the same category.
Yeah. And
Benji, and it's a difficult one for Benji because Benji's the one that mentioned it. Now, Datum hasn't said anything about that, but he's talked about his mental health and his space in preparing for a game because of the decision and because of the emotion. Right? So I fully appreciate that. But at the end of the day, and a lot of ex-players have said this as well, that, he's paid good money. He's extended now a couple of years. And despite the frustrations which we started off with, no matter what the position he was going to play, centre, 5'8", halfback, lock, or bench, he's paid very well he's paid very well to be a West Tiger.
Yes.
And there will be his side of the story. He strikes me as the sort of guy that may have his own presser, like Jerome did around the situation.
Podcast so we can get everything out instead of a presser where they can control the narrative and edit shit and everything like that.
No, they always go.
No, they do it pretty good now. Like, you look at Jerome. Use Jerome as an example.
Yeah.
They try to twist his words, and he just went bang, bang, bang.
If it's live, it's all right. Then.
Yeah. So,
but I think.
But they got to stop having these weekly press conferences. The Tigers, you'd be sick of it if you're a fan.
If you're a fan, you're done. If you're a player, you're fucking nearly going, fucking get me out of here. What a shit show. And then you see the reflection of all the bullshit that's going on with the performance on the weekend. You can see people did not want to put their shoulder anywhere near someone's chest. Their fucking efforts were awful. Like, it was just the fact that they scored those tries when fucking we'll get to that game when Strangey stepped past, like on the left side, and then opened back to the ruck and went through 4 of your middles to score. I'm like, I get it, he's strong, but he ain't that strong. That's just effort plays. When they bounce back, when the other guy bounced back again, and Luai just looked at him and just went, he could have smacked him.
Oh, the Dane Laurie try.
Yeah.
When he skipped off the left
Dane
foot.
Laurie's not fucking Taumalolo. You know what I mean? And he saw it, and you can see him, you can see it, and I'm like, you can see it clearly that has disrupted the team and everyone's efforts, right? Because and then you have a look at other games, North Queensland, you're putting shoulders through chests for 80 minutes. Like, you're dying for that club, right? And those little extra things that people don't see. When you're down when you're down 10% and that other team's up.
Well, I've got an example.
It reflects big time on the field.
I've got another example leading into that Strange try. I've got a sequence for you. I'll talk about a sequence. And there's the difference between the Tigers, and I want to talk about Jerome Buller as well. I want to highlight Jerome Buller because I've got such a high opinion of him. But a couple of examples where it's the difference between competing for 4 to 5 tackles and just dropping off at the end, or competing and chasing all the way, but just dropping off at the end. That's where the Tigers are really lacking. And that comes back to that little extra 5 to 10%, which sometimes comes back to players just like every player wants to go out and win. Every coach wants to coach to win the game. And then sometimes you just need that. The best coaches just get somehow that little extra couple percent, or sometimes it can come back to just a really united playing group that want to play for each other. Yeah. And at the moment, that's what the Tigers are missing, because there's effort for 4 tackles, or there's effort for 6, and there's a 6 again, and then they just go to shit after 6 again.
Then I look at their body shape, right? And a couple of their guys have let it slip. Right, a couple of front rows, couple of benches. You can tell, like you slipped on the 1%ers that you should be doing. More extras on your diet, all that kind of stuff. You put on about 3 or 4 kilos. Yeah, I mean, it's not good enough. It's not good enough, and that's like accountability between everyone. Yep. Everyone should be in tip-top shape all fucking year. This is your only thing that you do. So unless you're coming back from injury and you're over a couple of kilos, not if you've been starting every single week. So there's a lot of things that I think have let slip at the West Tigers, which is turned into this shit. It's an absolute fucking
Anything else as a fan that you've consumed over the weekend that you would like to touch on?
It's just bizarre. Like even like going back to like the boys vlogging, doing everything, and then everything's just changed.
Yeah, because it was a pretty cool story like 10 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, they were doing little fucking pranks, and everything was funny. Everyone was happy, and it looked like a happy camp. And then and that's what I said, you can't underestimate.
But was it though? Was it just like was that just fake? What we're seeing?
Was it a Band-Aid?
Yeah, that's my take on it. Like,
I thought it was genuine, right? I thought, because if you've got a good relationship with Benji, with like Terrell May and the May brothers do, like, and it looked like Doueihi had a great relationship with him. That wasn't manufactured. That looked like it was a happy group. I'm like, that could be a dangerous team. That looks connected, because it's hard to fucking fake connectivity on the field. You can't manufacture it. It's got to be organic. Right?
That's a good point.
That's where I looked at that and went, okay, they're on to something, the Tigers. That's why fans were excited. That's why everyone packed out Leichhardt every fucking game. You couldn't get a ticket to some of these games early on.
I was at the last top Leichhardt game.
And it's a fucking great, because it's always awesome when the Tigers are going. Yeah. Because they've got a really good fan base. And it's so disappointing if you're a fan watching this shit, going, fuck, I thought we had a fucking red hot crack this year. You know, like, and don't think the whole Luai thing has thrown that whole club into a spin.
Do you think?
And the leadership in that group is not strong enough to bounce back from this.
Do you think, when everyone's like, Luai's been brought in to take us the XYZ forward, set these standards, do you reckon they feel that now that he's just gone, that it's sort of, especially in this situation, it's all down the drain?
So the thing is with the Luai thing.
It's a good question.
So the Luai thing, like, when he signed with the PNG, they're like, okay, we've got him for next year so we can still build. Then that got fucking wiped. Next minute he's signed with Para, all within a week. Like, that would have thrown these young kids going, fuck, I thought we had him at least till next year so I can learn off him. No, done. That's a club thing. Is that a coach thing? Club thing? Like, it's like,
it creates confusion.
Yeah, that
mixed messaging
creates everything. So you're like, fuck, what am I doing?
Well, Benji said that in the press conference about that. It's like, initially we just had to adapt and go, okay, cool, he's gone. And then when they had time to think about it, they're like, we made a footballing decision to send him across to Parramatta.
And to your point, Lukey, you were just asking the question around standards and what Jerome brings. And for sure, right? Like, he would have gone in there. This is what we do at Penrith. There are examples of won 4 premierships. Happy, you were part of it as well. You know how it works.
Yeah, it's Taruva.
Once you make that decision, and this is not Jerome's fault, because I go back to it because he had the clauses in. If I'm a player at the Tigers, and once Jerome makes that decision and he's moving on and he's doing that for his family, the messaging just becomes a little bit different. You can't deny that. You can't deny. Like, 100%. if he's checking me at training and he had re-signed, then it's completely different for me as a young player to him trying to check me and he's off to Para next year.
Yeah, I reckon that's the main thing that threw the players. I reckon everyone was happy that he's going to PNG, because everyone's like, okay, he's earned the right to do that. But we thought we had him for 3 years, because he said that, and everything that was the rhetoric that was coming out, right? The narrative going, right, I'm going to be here for 3 years and then I'll head over the year after. Next minute, fucking, he's got a Parramatta uniform on. What the fuck is going on here? I thought we had him for another year. And this is where young players and that, they don't see that.
But do you
Because all
think
you care about is football at that time.
they could look at the board and go, hang on, what the
That's
fuck's
what I'm
going on
saying.
here? Because he had clauses the whole time.
It's a football thing, right?
He could have
Then you
moved
look
on
at the
any
club
time.
and go, fuck, what is this?
Yeah, so is that the
Just
plan
let
from
him
the
play.
club?
That's
That's what I said 2 weeks
That's
ago
a
around
club thing,
clauses
right?
and,
Yeah.
and November 1.
But yeah, exactly. Yeah, what you said. But like at the moment now, you're looking at it going, the fuck is going on here? But can he just come in here, sign with fucking New Guinea, then just piss off to Para? Like, we're paying him half his contract. I don't know how much they're going to pay, but like, can't we have him for a year? You know what I mean? Like, and to teach this Javon and all these sort of kids another year of his influence around the club, unless they've had a chat and it's not a good influence around the club. That's the other side of the thing, which I don't think is right. I don't think it'd be a bad influence, but you don't know with guys like Doueihi in that going, I want to play 5'8", because that's his preferred position. It's 5'8". So little things like that could be impacting his whole decision, which I think is nearly on point. All the things that we've discussed, we have to be nearly around the ballpark.
All right, we'll see what happens over the next 48 hours. I'm sure there'll
I'll
be
keep
some
refreshing
sort of,
the news as the potty keeps going along.
So is he going to hold a presser now?
one last little piece, actually. This was discussed yesterday. Luke, you just reminded me then. There are reports that Shane Flanagan could be introduced to the staff for the Tigers. Thoughts on that?
Wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Flano's, I'm not sure if Benji's had anything to do with him, but he's got a strong personality.
Yep.
Understands defense better than anyone. Good coach. Just hadn't found the right fit since Cronulla. You know, so he's a hard man. He'd be good man for the job. I think he'd be perfect to help Benji, just to guide him along with a couple of these dramas, because he's had a few dramas.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
You liked that one, did you?
Yeah, he's had a few little Wesnagamas, but yeah, so I think he can help Benji through this little bit of a shitty time.
Yep.
And just understand that people are going to forget about this in about a month.
Yeah, when you look at
it, and don't look at it like it's just like burying you every day, right? It's like, this is today's news. It'll carry on for a little bit. We've got to win games. Yeah, after this whole thing, the best thing they would have done for it went down to Tigers went down to Canberra and won. Fucking see you later. But get beat by 50 in that fashion, then you're going to cop more fucking things.
I like
Flano. I reckon he deserves a spot back in the game. So
I like the idea of Flano or someone like Flano for Benji. I think one of the issues for Benji right now, and this is just the outside looking in, and I've said this before, and I use it as an example with Kevy a couple of years ago when he completely changed his coaching stuff and brought in guys with different opinions and different journeys around the assistant coaches. So I want to apply it to Benji here as well. At the moment, he's got nothing against these guys, right? Like being involved in the club. But all at once, Brett Hodgson, premiership player with him, got some experience coaching in the Super League and the Wallabies. Chris Hyington's there. Paddy Richards is involved. All these guys, like I'm happy with them they're all guys that he won the premiership with, right? Yeah. So there's not an example of a guy, and I would love this even more, and I can't say this for certain, and I'm just trying to think back to some of the stays that Flano's had, whether it's Flano or another example of Flano, guy that's been at multiple different clubs with no relationship, that can go sit in a team meeting and go, different perception.
Yes, and because just say having a staff full of your own mates, right? Same conversations all the time. Yeah. You know what I mean? It'd be like being back in the locker room in 2004 and just say if Ogre was head coach and you bring me on, you bring Bobcat on, you bring fucking Luke Patton or Brent Sherwin, it's just like, we're all like, you just talk like your mates and there's no real hard conversations.
Well, also naturally, use one together playing a certain way. So naturally, when you look at a game plan and goes, let's do this, we did this, and you'd go, fuck yeah, that worked.
Yeah.
Like that's natural.
There's no one questioning the game plan, or maybe there's a plan B to everything, right? Because everyone's in sync with how they thought and how they played in the 2000s.
Because you had success that way.
Yeah. And it just doesn't work like that. You've got to have other people in like just different areas of coaching. Flano would be perfect for that joint.
I tell you why Flano's also another perfect candidate. Like someone like Flano who's been at a couple of different stops. Mate, Flano's not going to get another head coaching job. Like that's it. Like that Dragons job finished so dramatically, and he was a beaten favourite himself by the back end of it, where you could tell it really weighed on him. He's even come out. You look at his energy now when he's doing the Triple M stuff. Yeah. Like he's back. Better. We talked about it. We used the examples before with Freddie at Origin, and how these guys that are coaches, the stress, it just fucking hits you when you're the head coach, and that's the huge part of being a head coach and dealing with that. Once they remove themselves from that pressure, and I think, Flano's now, after his second stint, even being a premiership winning coach, like, he won't get another head coaching job. So he's perfect. Bring a guy in with experience. I've had little bits to do with Flano as well, got dating all the way back to like the 20s, and he feels like the sort of guy that go, Benj,
he'd pull you up.
Like, that might not be working. So, I think he'd be a great candidate for the Tigers. I don't think it would excite Tigers fans, to be fair. But
with that coaching stuff that he's got, I just don't understand the conversations that they'll be having. Played together over 100 games, you won a premiership together, you got that bond forever. You're never no one's really going to say Benji's doing this wrong, because Benji was a superstar in that whole team. You think you're going to play the right way. You know what I mean? I mean, I'd hope to think a little bit different, but I sort of know how those, when you're similar ages to everyone, you sort of start same conversations you were talking about fucking 20 years ago.
I know. It's to my point.
That's it. So that's where you got to have someone else like Flano being around the block, being coached by the best coaches. He's been around Wayne Bennett. He's been around Ricky Stewart. He's been around all these coaches. He understands the game. He's just been given a shit show down at St. George. Didn't play it till he's the right way, right? So he's learned from that.
Yeah.
So he can come back.
He had different circumstances.
Weird circumstances.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't mind that shit.
All right, let's get to Mongrel Boots. This episode is brought to you by Mongrel Boots. Mace, proudly Australian made and owned since 1930. Mongrel Boots is a family-owned business backed by 5 generations of experience, specialising in boots made for the Aussie worker. Here's a good one from Chingaling. Lads, it's about time we had some real chat about the Mongrel Boots. I've been a stegler for years, wearing joggers on white-collar sites for the extra foot support. L1 from day one, and I finally wanted to rock a pair of mongrels. Finally picked up a pair of the K9 2s in the size 13s, the size of the best, your boy 6'1" Ren. Not only do they look the absolute Mickey, but they're more supportive than people's champions on the backseat of the bus with Wayne after the Newey vs Storm game. Like most wannabe footy players, I pride myself on my inner mongrel, so I love seeing the mongrel tag on the boots. Cheeky little dogs. Question for the boys. There's a lot to unpack in that, isn't there? Who do you reckon has the best mongrel in the game right now? And on the flip side, which current rep player doesn't really have that mongrel edge but still kills it week after week? Love your work and everything you're doing with Levels. Keep it up.
Right now as we speak, I think the guy with the biggest mongrel is fucking Jason Taumaloa.
Ooh, I like that one. I didn't see that coming.
I think the aggression that he's playing with and the leadership that I've been seeing, especially on the weekend, that's what I'm talking right now. I don't give a fuck what you've done in the last 5 years. Right now, and don't even go back on what he's done in his whole career. But he's reinvented himself. He knows exactly where he is at the moment. He took Payne Haas on. He took Carrigan on. Straight at your chest. Right? Bit of footwork. You can't put him down. He's running 15 metres on you.
It's demoralising.
He's fucking hitting in defence. He's never been a massive hitter.
Nah.
But he's putting his shoulder into your chest now. He's leading the way. And look what he's done to Mika Haley. Lodgie's coming on. Griffith Neame, absolute beast. Because they're all trying to play out. They're trying to outplay each other, which is great. That's what you need. That fucking start to the game brought back fucking memories and just goosebumps, because that's how we used to want to start games before. Don't even make 30 or 40 metre line. Just everyone attack everyone. Who gives a fuck, And he led that whole thing, him and Griffith Neame. But him right at the moment is playing his best footy for years. But he's got that fucking mongrel in him.
Yeah.
Like he's leading the way like all the time in defence and in attack. So that's my man, JT.
I like it. What about another guy? Like who's a rep player that's like, he might not have, and you say this respectfully, of course, like he's not a mongrel. He's not going to try to bash you. Maybe just a guy that gets through all their work. I've got a couple of examples that come to mind. Do you have one which like they're a rep player, but
I sort of look at a Ruben Cotter. I don't think he gets enough raps, but I think he bashes the fuck out of you, so that cancels him out.
Yeah, he's out.
Paddy Carrigan is the same, where he doesn't get all the mass, but he's a dog as well. Like he goes hard. So the representative players, it's hard to fucking to put them in that caliber, right? Because they're first of all rep players, so you need to bring that. So I'm a bit perplexed on it. What do you reckon?
I'm going to go Cam Murray. Murray gets a lot of praise for his work. He's really good defensively, technically sound.
Very sound.
Never misses any tackles. controls the ruck really well, but he's not going to shoot out of the line because he does so much work and he's constantly
Him and Yowie.
and he'll just run into the line and get bashed and
Him
get
and
back
Yowie.
up.
Him
And
and
it's
Yowie
his
then.
toughness
Yeah.
that separates him.
So him and Yowie,
Yeah.
80-minute warriors in the middle
Yeah.
that control the ruck. They don't smash the shit out of everyone, but probably more effective than most.
Effective is the great
So
word.
they're 95% effective tacklers,
Yeah.
right? So if you're going to go on rep players right now, it would be Yowie because he doesn't smash the crap out of you, but he's never going to miss you. Cam Murray can still lick you. He's got great tackle tech, but he knows how many minutes he's playing, so he has to conserve a little bit, right? So
Correct.
those two.
Yep.
If I was going to pick anyone, I think I'd pick Yowie.
Okay.
Because he's the captain of that club. Like he's got more pressure on him because he's 4 premierships deep. Big runs into the finals, and he's the captain of that club.
Yep. Good shout. Both excellent players.
And
too,
both
right?
guns.
Yep.
And they're hence why the 2 best locks in the game.
If you're looking where to get a pair of mongrels, head to mongrelboots.com.au to find your favourite boot and local retailer. Just like that comment, let us know in the comments how Mongrel Boots have helped you on the worksite for your chance to win a pair monthly. Lukey, let's put Chingling 90 down for our winner for this month.
Partner at levelsnetwork.com.au. Send us a screenshot of your comment with yourself logged into your YouTube and we'll get it off to Mongrel.
Beautiful. Thank you, Mongrel Boots. All right, let's get to this one. Scuzz Digital. I sent you boys a clip from Gemma having a chat with Andrew Abdo on the Instagram this morning. Don't know if you guys have crossed that yet.
I had seen
Loving the shape breakdown, boys. Any chance we can get a whiteboard in the room?
I brought a whiteboard up a few weeks back, remember? I put in the group chat.
Yeah.
We need visuals, right, man?
Yeah, for sure.
Be hard if you don't know your X's and O's and everything like that. Most would. Our fans are fucking pretty smart, but little bit of vision into the whiteboard would be perfect.
Yeah.
So come on, Volandis, give us some fucking visual.
Yeah, so it was
next year. I think we could do something.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be introduced next year or the new broadcast deal doesn't kick into the following year. I'd assume because there is something in place now with Andrew Abdo talking to James Graham. James Graham used our example, actually.
Yeah.
He talked about the contest between Liam Henry and Payne Haas and him just loving that contest, wanting to talk about all the trickle effects from that clip, and then being able to use vision to help support his argument and show clips.
It's
and
better for the game. It gives.
Well, they're across all that. That's the change.
They would know that because they know that the new media is a lot. We can sit here and break games down. Like just say if you're on Channel 9 or even Fox, you're on a time limit, right? So you're fucking seeing Cooper Cronk and Matty Johns and all that. Not that show per se, but there's a lot of other shows where it's fucking nearly live and you've got to be quick. Because you got 2 minutes to break down all this sort of shit. Where if we had that or podcasts, new media, you sit there and break game down to 10 minutes.
It sounds like from that clip, him talking to Gemma, it's transformative. So you won't be able to just post the footage, but if you're adding to the clip, transforming it from its original thing.
Well, that's what we could do. That's what I'd love to do. We could both nail that, but you can't. I'm not doing it on a whiteboard. No way, because then you'd have to fucking draw fucking 13 X's and 13 zeros and hit markers. It'd be confusing. It'd be like
it'd take too long too.
It'd be what was that show? The Water Boy and the coach just loses his shit.
Oh,
no. When he's drawn, he goes, he fakes the left. He fakes the fake, and he fakes the fake left.
He thinks about faking.
He thinks about fake. So that's where we'll end up. We're fucked.
Coach Boone.
Klein.
Coach Klein.
Coach Klein.
Coach Boone's the bad coach.
We'll end up with fucking Coach Klein.
Yeah, No.
He thinks about faking. I don't want to get to Coach Klein level.
Yeah.
Where am I? That's the epic. Where am I? Fuck. Oh, God.
Visualize and attack. Is that what it says? Visualize and attack? No.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Everything. But thinking about the fake.
Hey, let's talk about money because this is going to be the big story, right?
Yeah.
On Thursday, we were the same. We were about to break the money story down, and we'll chat to Money next week about this, get his opinion on it, because Craig Bellamy's had his take on it as well after the game. This one comes from Ash Donaldson. Hey, boys, something about this news during the week just hasn't sat right with me. If Cam Munster has been granted permission to speak with PNG while he's still under contract, why is it just one club? Surely there are 10 other clubs. Let me just do this. Surely there are 10 other clubs who would love the chance to sign him too, and those clubs don't seem to be getting a crack. Could it be because Money has already spoken to those clubs previously over his career and ruled them out, whereas PG is a new opportunity? and can make some serious coin. Also, if the Storm have only just granted permission, does that mean that there have been discussions happening behind closed doors before that while money is under contract? Don't take this as a dig at money. The Storm or PNG, they're all operating in what I believe is a flawed system. It's just the whole process feels inconsistent with the new TV rights deal and salary caps increasing significantly. Maybe it's time the NRL introduced a proper trade window where every club and player has hopefully the same opportunities. Would love to hear your thoughts. Cheers.
Yeah, it's weird that they only granted him to go to New Guinea.
So
why is that? You know more about that than me.
Yeah, really? Without speaking of money about this specifically, my educated guess would be that maybe because every club can grant this, right?
Yeah.
Like not the the Storm. Or the example with, remember Parramatta, once they had the rights to Zach Lomax, that was a discussion around who they wanted to, who he could negotiate with. Now, if Craig Bellamy has come out and said Cameron Munster has earned the right, just like the Penrith Panthers have done with Moses Leota. Earned the right because of the service to the club for both Penrith and Storm, earned the right to go out and negotiate another contract. Now, I can't say for certain why the Storm said the PNG only. My gut feel would be if they are going to allow money to go early and pull the trigger and move on, it would have to be for financial reasons, which PNG provide. There's no escaping.
And this must be Money's decision.
Well, he's asked for permission, right? Yeah. And who's to say whether Money asks for permission from not only PNG but like the entire NRL? And maybe the Storm have gone, look, we love what you've done for us, Money.
Yeah, you have to be in a Money position.
So therefore,
no pun intended.
If the club, if you are going to leave us because you have served us so well, and it's to take up a huge offer like PNG, and they're the only team that can provide that.
Yeah, you ain't going anywhere else.
If you go to PNG for $1 million, that's going to be essentially the same as going to Perth for $2 million.
And he signed a 3-year deal, and he'd be on like 1.23 mil because I reckon he's still the best top 5 player in the world, right? So I think he deserves. If anyone deserves to be out of a contract earlier and get paid to set up the rest of his life, he's got a young family. You know, he's been paid unders, I reckon, to stay there, and he's won 2 premierships. He's gotten to about fucking 6. But I think right now, if anyone deserves that dispensation, right? I think it's Cam Munster.
Didn't he knock back 1.4, 1.5
from the Dolphins?
Nah,
from the Dolphins, wasn't it?
Dolphins and Tigers were Cam. Yeah. Dolphins and Tigers. Really
so right now, new opportunity
for less than Melbourne.
And don't think that people can't. Like if you're getting 1.23 mil cash,
tax free,
all yours, mate. You know what I mean? Like you can set up like generational money if played right, and Money's a smart human as well. So if he does go there, it'll be massive for fucking PNG. They just keep signing superstars. What position does he play?
Well, the beauty of signing a guy like Money, if they do indeed do this, is he can cover multiple positions.
He's Luai can play 7.
Yeah, it would be weird. I've thought about that. Yeah, Luai and Munster, left-footed kickers, both erratic at times.
Both left-foot steppers as well, coming across the ruck.
Yeah.
Hence, did you see Kempy's clip on it?
Nah.
The tinfoil hat?
What was
so
it?
Because Munster's got such a good relationship with Tripp at Melbourne.
Yeah.
And let's say he's negotiating with Perth at the moment. And because Storm have already said he can only go to one of the new franchises, I believe. Is that
PNG only?
Or Perth?
PNG only.
That's it?
Yeah.
So Kempy's take on it was that he was using PNG as leverage to boost more out of Perth.
Well, that would be insinuating that he's doing something illegal from Kempy.
Yeah, that was the tinfoil.
Okay,
it was tinny. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think he gets a good deal in PNG and just retires there. How old's Money now? 30?
31. I just had a look at it.
I think he could play another 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. Maybe I've missed. You have to rewatch Kempy's clip.
Okay.
It was interesting. I was just like, I guess it kind of makes sense.
Nah, but
he had the tinfoil.
If I'm the Storm, I'd let it. I would.
You get away with anything with the tinfoil hat anyway.
Yeah. Once you say that, you can fucking turn up fucking aliens. Yeah, I just think if you're going to give it to anyone, Cam Munster deserves to get out of a contract and go get paid.
Go get that clip up because I can see it's doing your head and go.
No, I was texting some insiders at the Tigers trying to figure out what time.
Oh, insiders! Whoa, you're leveling up, mate.
Hey, you're trying to find out if we're getting live breaking news. But it sounds like it's coming out this afternoon.
He's ringing Benji.
Yeah,
joining his bench.
He's ringing Doueihi actually.
Someone
He's got Doueihi on the side.
Someone was hammering me yesterday about like Ben. He goes, "You're just Benji's best mate." I said,
"You don't even know Benji."
I said, "I've met Benji. I swear to God, Mace."
But they have come to a decision. So they've come to a decision. They'll be announcing late today. No clue what time, but there probably won't be a presser today. He's going to be reporting for Tigers training tomorrow, if any of that helps.
I can imagine being him turning up the train tomorrow. Be hard.
What did you want me to bring up? Oh,
watch the clip. So I want to see what that clip is because there's
a lot of little things.
I saw you got a little bit rattled by that once I said you
because you're little insiders.
Yeah,
I was just trying. Yeah, because in my head I was thinking the same thing.
And plus, like I said too, once you throw out the tinfoil hat,
he'd be 32, turning 33 when he gets there.
Yeah.
So 3-year deal, 36.
Year, boys.
Here we go.
So he can already speak to clubs November 1 anyway, can't he?
Yes.
So why the hell does he need permission to speak to PNG early when they don't come into the comp until 2028? So what I reckon's happening here is they're trying to get more money out of the Perth Bears, and we could see Munster at the Perth Bears next year. I reckon what's happening is the Perth Bears are probably aware that like Munster, if he was to go to another club, wouldn't be as much as what they're currently offering him. Like, what other club right now would pay $1.2 million for Munster at 6? Just because of his age and where clubs are at right now.
If the Storm are sweet with it, then that sort of says curtains at the Storm when his contract's up. If they're willing to let him go early, though, yeah, that's a great call because, I mean...
It's for 28. What?
Well, for both clubs, it would be for 28 as of right now, right? Based on his current contract. Like,
yes.
Even if he was to go to Perth, it would be for 28 unless something gets done earlier. So the fact that they've given him permission, that actually makes a lot of sense.
That leans for 27. Whereas, like... Why would he need permission when he can... There's all this negotiation he's doing with PNG right now. He could just do that November 1.
Could we see a Cam Munster?
Okay. I get the take. All right, I've got the take now. Yeah, so he's alluding to just like not waiting to November 1 and then maybe applying pressure if he was to go to Perth next year because it's so far away. But also, like, what if like Money's asked for the opportunity, he's seen what's happening in PNG. They're making some fucking big deals. Like if he waits to November 1, if they're able to secure, they've got Jerome, Alex Johnston, all these sort of guys already. Alex Johnston was similar, wasn't he? Because he's a Papua New Guinean player, he's still contracted to South next year, 2027. Yeah, but he was given
early release or whatever.
But it must have only been to PNG.
Yes.
Now that's a different circumstance because he's Papua New Guinean, and I fully appreciate and understand that. But maybe Money's just trying to get on the front foot because they've already Connor Watson's a player. They've got the big money on Lomax. Lomax is now done. Joey Manu has been tabled an offer. It's up to him whether he accepts it yet. What are you smiling at that for?
Hello Sport cancelled that.
What's that? What did they cancel?
No, when they were making the joke about the tax stuff, and then Shammy texts him going, "If you've cost me Joey Manu."
Oh yeah.
You know,
and then if you're Money, you're just going, hey, that fucking, I know it's still tax free, but fucking $1 million compared to 700,000.
You put yourself in Money's position now, right now, one of the best players in Melbourne Storm history, fucking going to go down as a Hall of Famer for Melbourne and the game and everything like that. And if he's at 32, turning 33, and Melbourne don't want to pay him over $1 million, which I think he's still worth because of the fact that Reynolds and all these other fucking dudes are still hanging around, playing at a high level, and Money's way better than these guys. Ben Hunt, Reynolds, all these sort of blokes. Money's fucking up here. These guys are here. So if he wants to go...
Reynolds and Hunt. We'll keep going.
They're like 35, 36. Cherry Evans still playing at a high level. Fucking what? He's still worth a fuckload of money, Cherry Evans, in my eyes. So, like, the game's changed. The goalposts changed. If this was 10 years ago, you'd be like, no one's going to pay money, that much money for Cam Munster, right? No, they will. They will, because he's elite. He'll play Origin until he wants to fucking stop playing Origin. And now he can go, okay, New Guinea, I want some of this money. I want to retire there. You'll get 1.2, 1.3 mil easily because he's fucking Cam Munster. And I'm happy that Melbourne Storm have let him out of his contract because I reckon he has been getting paid unders, like compared to what he could have gotten, right? But he stayed there because of the club, the culture, his family's down there, loves the coach, everything like. He knows a couple of years Belly's going to be gone. right? And I think that would be massive for him. Once he's gone, he's like a father figure down there. So once he's down there, he's lost him. You're going to lose a lot of players.
Just want to make one thing clear. It doesn't necessarily mean that he is gone. And the Storm have wanted to make that clear as well.
Okay.
They're allowing him to explore. Who's this? Like we're putting that number on money. Is Shamus? We don't know yet. I'd imagine
salary cap goes up 28, doesn't it?
What's his name? Well, not what's his name.
About 16 mil for it'll head.
Matty Johns has said this throughout the week, and he said it on his own shows and also talked about it with us on SEN. After visiting to PNG, understanding the position that they're in, they're going to go smash and grab. They're not looking to sign people for 4 or 5 years. They're not looking to sign young players and develop them and become premiership players. They're in a sweet spot with the tax-free money that they've got to offer people almost close to double what they're on. And it's going to be a changeover. It's going to be a turnover. They're not looking for some 23-year-old player that produces and becomes a rep player. So the age thing doesn't concern PNG as much.
No. They just want big names.
Yep.
Big profiles.
Yep.
And some fucking just gun players. And look what they're going. Look at who they need forwards. I know that.
They need forwards.
They need some forwards to complement that back line because that back line ain't doing shit without any
Maybe he's
big
doing
dogs.
it positionally through 1, 2, 3.
It fucking feels like
it's not far off.
It feels like it. So hopefully he's got some good forwards in the mix there. But yeah, if money makes his decision to go there, I think he goes with everyone's best thoughts.
Keen to chat. We'll obviously address this with Money next week. We'll have a chat to Money next week and delve straight into it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into the reviews.
What are you going to Papua New Guinea or are you going to fucking stay? What are you doing, Money?
Answer right now.
Now. Yes or no?
All right. Panthers 24 defeat the Parramatta Eels 18. Despite the win.
Lucky.
Despite the win. Penrith, there's been concerns around Penrith and getting the wobbles. In saying that, they've still been getting these wins. They've been getting these close wins. Their left edge,
that's the kryptonite.
It's been getting a lot of traffic. And I was putting down some notes in preparation for the next couple of weeks. Now, that's changed dramatically with the Raiders, who they'll be playing next in Mudgee because Noel Martin's injured again. He looks like he's going to be out for the season. Ricky said after the game,
What did he do?
Don't know.
Lower leg?
Not confirmed. Yeah, he said it was the opposite leg to what he...
okay.
He did, yeah.
That's a shame.
No, I haven't got it confirmed yet, but Noel Martin, he would have been difficult for Blaze and Casey. Jacob Laban for the Warriors the week after and Seo Wong. So...
They're coming.
They've got some pretty good back rows coming to town. Ivan said it himself after the game that it is a concern and it's something they're going to have to work on. Where do you see Penrith right now and specifically that left edge?
So that's the only spot that is a spot, right? So it's going to get exploited more than any other position because in the ruck, because most people aren't attacking the ruck, they're attacking the edge. So they get the ascendancy on the edge. They're getting one-on-ones with Taulagi. And because of the fact that Casey McLean is a bit still not, he's not back fully. I think in the next couple of weeks you'll see the best version of him.
2 games back so far.
2 games back. So give him about a month because of that lower leg injury. He's lost that. That just all comes with confidence.
Yeah.
His left side back rower is Papali'i, who hasn't been playing his best football. I told you last week, like his defense and everything like that. It's putting it all off. I don't understand it because the last time they got exploited like this was against the Dogs.
Yep.
But then what they do? They fucking fixed it, right? And they doubled down. They just got better. And I think with a team like Panthers, this shit happens every 1 or 2 months. And then you just fucking go back to peel it right back.
Yep.
How do we get better? And I'm not going to be surprised if that left edge becomes a strength for them.
Is it? It did at the back end of the season, right?
That's what I mean. But it was a strength for them in their massive run, right? Because the Dogs game went, fucking, what's happening here? Fix this shit up, and then they fixed it.
So is it a defensive system issue or is it on the individuals?
It's a one-on-one issue.
Yeah.
Right? Blaze Taulagi is just getting one-on-ones where it needs to be more inside pressure.
So what? So that's where you're mentioning Isaiah.
And because of their middles aren't dominating as much, right? They're getting quick play the balls and they're getting to the edge straight away. So that's the only way to beat Penrith. And Penrith's middles this week, I don't know who they're playing. They're playing Canberra.
Canberra,
I'd expect a whole different level of Leota and Lindsay Smith and Yowie line speed so they can come up and get more pressure inside so you don't get to Blaze Talangi that much. Because Isaiah Papali'i has been having to turn in because there's been so many numbers coming that way. They need to shuffle over and help that left side because the right side's got Liam Martin and fucking Cleary. You know, like it's pretty strong. But that side, that's the only fucking the only place I see on the field for Penrith that's a weakness. But their forwards, Para dominated their forwards.
I felt like Para were poking their nose through a lot, weren't they?
Were finding their front and making easy fucking meters, which is un-Panthers-like. Moretti, line break, first fucking 10 minutes, like right next to Cleary, right? So they can play a little bit of footy, the Eels, but like they got to fix their edges up. But it's all starts in the middles, and I understand how important it is for the Panthers. So the middles will start taking responsibility more. They'll be like, we need to be better. Because I know what middles are like. We'd be blaming ourselves. We need to put more pressure on from Marker, more pressure from A, making them play early so they don't get to Blaze, so they don't get to Cleary. Because when they got to Cleary, he fucking just dribbled over a couple of steps. Like that does not happen against a Penrith team. They should have met Yongi bang after like 2 steps.
Yeah,
can't bounce across to the fucking 4 defender. So they'll look at that.
At the end of the day, you just got to make your tackles, though.
Make your tackles,
There's a couple of times Blaze Talangi, despite the systems, has just made missed tackles.
Yeah, but that line speed when Blaze Talangi went across is not Penrith-like. They went up 2 meters. They need to meet them. They're usually partial ad line. He's getting slammed, getting picked up, double fucking underhooks and dragged back. Didn't get it, right? So it's like that's an attitude thing. That's fucking coming after. That's after Origin. Fuck, bit battle weary, you know, like our middles. Yoey's there, Leota's carried a fucking big load through the Origin period. He's fucking doubled down and probably been the best prop. It's taken it out of the big boy as well, right? So now it's that sort of part of the year where you're like, okay, we're still winning. We're still winning. These guys you're getting everyone's best, right?
Yep, for sure.
And
Para always get up.
Yeah, Para's always up for this game, and they still manage to win.
Yep.
But fix that fucking edge up. Because Blaze Talangi's going to cop it. And all Blaze Talangi, make your fucking tackles, mate. That's it. Papali'i can only do what he's doing. The middles can overdo. But sometimes if you're not getting inside pressure and you're still one-on-one, make them, son.
Yeah. Milky Jenkins becomes Panthers' top try scorer in a season, going past Reece Wesser. I just wanted to put this in there because congratulations to Milky.
The story's the best.
Cool story, all that. But it just got me remembering Reece Wesser, 2003.
Remember that?
2003. Remember, and we've talked about this before. You're fully entrenched in these years.
Yeah.
These were really my formative years as a fan and like loving the game because my dad played NRL. I remember having to play because I grew up in Cambridge Park. And we would often go more so to the Sunday afternoon games after we'd play footy and sit on the hill there at Penrith and watching that 03 team against you guys, the Warriors, the Roosters. Like, you were going through a really good period. Dragons were good.
Remember Reece scored 3 tries against us?
No.
Yeah, it says fucking good highlights on that.
Yeah.
He smoked general inside out, just went straight through the middle. It was like we had some real good battles out there.
Well, that's what I want to speak about. I feel like he is one of the more slept-on fullbacks of that generation. Reece Wesser,
1,000,000%.
Like
I used to pick him as the NRL video game, the first one. I'd transfer him in straight away.
Oh, you can do trades straight in that team.
Yeah, he was a gun.
Who'd you get rid of? 2003. Who are you getting rid of? Shivkovsky?
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah.
Oh, Shivkovsky. No, who was the fullback in 03?
No, 03 para fullback was Brett Hodgson. No, that's too early.
So Hodgson might have been at the Tigers by that chance because 05 he won the grand final with the Tigers.
I'll tell you.
Reece Wesser was the Mickey.
I'll tell you who it wasn't. It wasn't Luke Bird. I'll tell you that.
Birdie.
Reece Wesser was one of those blokes.
It was Hodgson or Ashley Graham.
Oh, Ash Graham as well. Yeah, he was more a winger centre.
Yeah, but it was mainly Hodgson.
But Reece Wesser back then was.
That's why I say Reece Walsh sometimes.
It's Reece Walsh. Wesser was one of the most dangerous players on the field. So when you're doing video, there's some players. You're like, where is he? So you throw another number. If he's out the back, so Reece Walsh has that energy as well. So wherever he is, some players just make you shit yourself, right? Especially in the middle when they know they're doing all these moves. Billy Slater was the same. There's a couple of them. Reece Wesser had that aura as well. Where the fuck is he? Because like once he's out, like hammer, Once he's done,
I was going to say he's my
he's
comp.
done. Like, you see you later. Like, if he's in the middle of the field or anything like that, mate, how he's made other fullbacks look when they're fucking, like, General's a really good defender. Fucking boom, boom. Didn't even step one time just around him. Just so much speed and used to run at his own fucking pace pretty much, as quick as he has to. He's got Hammer vibe. Hammer's got his vibe. Same sort of aura.
Is it one of the more slept on spines too?
Yeah. You have a look at that. You got Luke Prittis, Craig Gower,
Presto.
Presto at 6, and fucking Reece. That was fair.
What was it like playing Presto? Because we don't really talk.
Yeah, because
is he similar to Matty Bowen? Because I never got to play against Preston. Yeah.
But he was a fullback, winger, centre,
Yeah.
not centre, 5'8" half.
But they used to defend him on the wing to save him from defence.
Like, you fucking sleep on him, he's coming back inside, left foot, right, little chip and chase. Like, you just didn't know what he was going to do.
Yeah.
So hard to play against those blokes.
Did you see Jaden's double show and go yesterday?
Yeah, Jaden was awesome. He was absolutely, remind me of Reece Wesher.
Yeah.
Right? And it was like a bit of Matty Bowen, to me, is the ultimate athlete. You just don't want to ever get caught one-on-one. You had a few of those guys back then. They were fucking scary.
Yep.
Scary dudes. You get one-on-one, especially middles, right? You only get one-on-one with Matty Bowen.
Yeah.
He'll make you look like a fucking idiot. Right?
Sil Falongo on Matt Duffy.
Yes.
Inside
You
out.
just don't. Yeah, he's got that as well. So fullbacks and all those sort of plays. But Reece Wesser wasn't a steppy player, right? He'd hit a hole. Swerve you, mate.
A bit like Hammer, eh?
Yes, that's the thing. Where Hammer's not going to get you like shake and bake. He didn't have like Mark Gazia moves. He didn't have, doesn't have that. Willie Tonga, Hodjo, all those sort of players. Matty Bowen. But he just beat you with pure speed.
Remember the Origin game where he sort of just like veered Teddy and then just went,
yeah, see you later. Like, no, you think you got him. And he's like, no, you're nowhere near him. So,
so I just want to give both Milky his flowers and Reece Wesser because
I think it was 03
love
when he
watching
got
Reece
all those
Wesser.
tries. 03.
Yeah, it was. That's the year. That was
he
the year.
scored 3 against us at Penrith. That was one of the fucking most brutal games I've ever played in. But he carved us.
Yeah.
Beautiful tries too. It's like a couple through the middle.
How about this stat line for Nath? This did not feel like it, right? Because I was like, man, does Nath feel like I know there's some nice runs, nice kicks. Like, let me talk about his stats first, and then it just didn't feel like this. Nath
didn't feel like he was him.
He had 19 for 150, 1 line break, 2 try assists, kicked 4 from 4, and it felt like he was on autopilot still.
I felt like he had one of his ordinary games.
Ordinary.
What do you get in fucking 150 metres game?
He killed it.
As a fucking halfback, because he did run a lot.
Yeah.
He did, and he was doing all these little weird inside passes. It didn't really seem like, because he's always got a little fucking trick book where he's always trying little things. So the next time he might play, you got to always look for his little nuances in his game, right? He'll probably put that away for about 2 or 3 weeks and then start more hitting the front guys and everything like that. But he was hitting just guys on the lazy.
I think this represents his level of greatness.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
When he has a game like this would be an unbelievable game for a lot of people.
He's playing chess, not checkers, right? He is. Like, he plays these little things, right? And it's very methodical what he's doing, because people will think he's going to be going inside. Watch inside. You get sat on your heels, fucking bang, straight out wide. You get caught there on the edge. So he does little things like that. And you can't coach that. And that's the brilliance of Nathan Cleary. And Penrith as well. I thought, the Eels have got him here if they're fair dinkum, but
2 players got sent for the bin.
Fucking dropping balls coming out of yardage and giving them, and that's where the Eels fans are whinging about, that drop ball, which was a fucking drop ball, right? That was a drop ball when
Blaze Lange dropped it.
Yeah, and then they just kept playing on, and it was a try. I was
the gridiron pass, as Rolls referred to it as.
Yeah, it's fucking,
that one. It's 50-50.
But the Eels but the thing is, the Panthers were vulnerable. They look vulnerable. They look beatable. Where it's like, and this is what makes these guys. We're going to get to the Roosters. We're going to get to the Bulldogs, Warriors, Canberra. Like, these teams are looking at the Panthers, going, "Can't wait to play these guys." 10 weeks ago, no, don't want to bar them. Now you're like, okay, I reckon we can handle them. So it'll be interesting to see what Canberra do this week to Penrith, because they're coming. They're coming. They think they've still got a chance. So I think the Bulldogs have got them late, maybe.
Yeah,
so it'll be all interesting. But Penrith great teams still find a way to get through these games. When you're getting the Eels' best effort all the time, and they still manage to win. It was like, well, fuck it. Then we just double down again. We do more video. We try and fix up the Blaze to Lungy errors and everything like that. Everyone's a part of it, because it all starts in the middle, so everyone's going to be accountable for it. It's not like they're going to be picking on Blaze Talani. Everyone will be accountable, and that's the sort of club they are.
Okay.
We need to help you more. That would be the chat, right? We need to help Blaze more.
I just want to finish my point on Nath. The stat line. He
Yeah.
puts together these sorts of stat lines, and for a lot of people, it would be an excellent game. And it's like the bar that he sets. Like I'm watching it going, they sort of just cruising through this game, and then it's not until you go back and look back at it. And I tell you, the stupidest way that it hit me is because I actually had him in my Supercoach team and saw the stats.
Oh, you saw the point.
And I went back and after looking at it, and I was like, fuck, it didn't feel like Nath had that sort of game.
No,
and again, that's the level that he's got himself at now, where he can have a game like this and it's like, it's an okay game for Nath. Like that's the level.
Yeah,
that's
I
the
thought
level
it was
he's
an
at.
average game for Nathan until you look at the stat line.
Yeah.
You know, most halves would be like over the moon with that stat line, and he's like, just another game.
Two controversial calls what I had down here below, the knock on, and the 2 yardage penalties. Oh, yeah, so okay, here's my point with this. Yep, there's 2 controversial calls that we talked about there, the forward pass and the non-forward pass, which was ruled on when Casey McLean got the ball. I think it might have been Billy Phillips who was on the edge for a little bit because Isaiah Papali'i got sent to the bin. And then also the knock on from Blaze Talani. But the part that there was 2 different parts of the game that absolutely killed the Eels.
Oh, yeah, the 10 minutes and the 10 minutes.
Nah, the play the ball errors, 3 or 4 unforced.
Yeah.
Brian Kelly had an excellent
And he had a
game.
great, that one fucking killed him.
But also Isaiah Yongi and Ronald Volkman had one as well. Play the ball errors. That's a non-negotiable. You can't get that wrong. And then when Papali'i was in the bin, Katonga tried to go for a steal and it was a bit of a crusher tackle on Nathan Cleary and Penasini did something stupid which led to a penalty out of yardage. And
that's when they could have tried to bury him.
that's the reason they lost the game.
Couple
Like those
couple of
attention to
moments.
detail in those moments.
I couldn't agree more. And you'd love to have those plays back, but it's like, you know, the fundamental playing the ball one's unforgivable. You know, like not taking advantage of Milky Jenkins for 10 minutes. I know Penrith were fresh, so that's what I reckon played in their favour. And they could really like fucking rush from the inside and then you can play that Penrith defence. And yeah, they couldn't take advantage of that, but you could have taken advantage of the Papali'i one. That was right smack bang in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
And everyone was fucked.
Fatigue set in.
You should have went. And you're having some joy at Blaze Talani. Like who's his protector? Papali'i. He hardly ever got at him. Got at him more than fucking got at him more in the first half.
13 on 13.
13 on 13.
Mm.
You know he's fucking quietly a beast, that Talangi on the side. Talangi, the 11. Tuolangi.
Kelma.
Kelma. Oh, yeah.
Fuck,
Kelma.
mate. He puts hits on you, mate.
Yeah. I was thinking of the Penrith team because you're talking about Penrith. Yeah.
If you don't put like a fucking decent hit on him, you're out. Because he's putting a hit on you because he drops his shoulder and you're hitting all here. It's fucking hard to tackle, mate.
Mace.
He's a good player.
When he hit when he was at the Tigers, people forget he went to Manly for a season. I was so excited with Kelma. Did he end up having another stop? Let's have a look and find out.
Him up.
He can play.
Yeah,
He's a problem.
But the thing is, he's a little bit inconsistent, right? So yeah, he goes Manly for a season.
Been one of his most consistent seasons
for sure. Yeah, and what's Rolls is really stuck solid with Kelma and the development of Kitiona Katonga. Those 2 guys have been given a whole heap of reps and they're getting better with the time that they're getting on the field. He's still got a whole heap to go. Look, I've just got his. So the first 2 years he was at the West Tigers and he played 22. The year he broke out was 2022, played 22 games. Manly got him. I thought he was going to be an awesome signing. He's still only 27, so still got plenty of time left and he's into his 6th season right now. Yeah.
I didn't know he was around that long, but he's
hang on.
Very damaging.
Yeah, good shout. Good shout. Are we good?
Yeah, because he's been doing that like for a year or 2. I'm like, wow. And then he comes off the bench. I think he had a little bit of an injury here and there, but runs a good line. But the way that he's stepped into contact, you can barely put a hit on him. Hence why he's been making all these line breaks.
Who else?
He puts a hit on you.
Yeah, he can get you.
He'll get you with a HIA.
But he's had his own HIA issues as well. He's been injured a little bit this year.
HIA issues, So, he's
good shout. Good shout. Brian Kelly's also been. I just want to mention Brian Kelly. Like I try to mention him as much as I can.
Yeah.
Feel like it started off slowly at the Eels at the start of the year, but fuck, mate, he is so difficult to tackle. He never goes down on the first contact, 1-on-1. You can't get him down.
Strong.
And that fight that he showed for the Milky Jenkins try best represents some of these, like Fox, Brian Kelly. I thought Will Penasini was awesome in returning as well. So, mate, they're trying their backside off. I also got some information around Jack Williams. So, I did on Friday night had commentary with Blairy, who's the assistant coach with Stacey Jones for the Kiwis. So there are a number of guys that under the old eligibility. Did he just knock that again? Are you good, Mace? Go again.
Yeah, we're good.
Yep. You just accidentally hit it. So there's a few players under the new eligibility rules which opens them up to return or not return are now eligible for the Kiwis. Jack Williams is a guy there. It's not to say that he's going to play for the Kiwis, but he now has the ability because he turned down the Kiwis.
Wales and bloody.
He turned down the Kiwis because he had ambitions to try to represent the
He'll
Blues.
be playing for the Kiwis at the end of the year.
At Origin. And a couple other players were like that. KO Weeks was like, are you okay? What's wrong?
No, just keep waiting for him to talk again.
Yeah, KO Weeks in the same situation.
Yep. KO Weeks is another one. Jojo Fafita is another one. I spoke to him yesterday, interviewed him after the game. Jojo is eligible for Tonga, Australia, and New Zealand.
Yeah, it's put it right up in the air, isn't it?
It's good, mate. We're going to see.
I love it because you can still play Origin, which everyone wants to play, and you can represent your home country.
And we're going to see a really competitive World Cup with like now there's genuine competition for like all 3, 4,
we
5, 6 nations.
We tried to get through the Tongan side last week, and you just run out of like, can you fit all these guys in there?
Yeah. So there you go. So there's some information around Jack Williams. He is eligible, and
you need a Jack Williams
if he's keen.
Yeah,
I think
imagine him off the bench.
It'd be perfect. He was fucking a good gun again.
He's someone that Kevy'd pick. I reckon Kevy's got to pick a Jack Williams in him as well. If there's just not enough Aussie spots.
They'll be nearly picking the same team as last year's Ashes.
We'll see. A couple of injuries have really opened it up and in his position. So it's not the worst take.
How late can you make the call?
Yeah.
The week before. So I asked this
the World Cup?
This is what I asked Jojo. I said, mate, like first congratulations on your season, Origin, all that. I said,
David Tonga, son.
I go, who are you eligible for? I asked him the question. I said, do you mind if I ask you this during the radio? He goes, yeah, sweet. And so I go, who are you eligible for? Australia. So his mother's Tongan.
Mm-hmm.
His father's Kiwi, or the other way around. One of his parents is Tongan. One of his parents is Kiwi. He was born in New Zealand and raised in Australia. Yeah. So his old man's Kiwi.
Yeah, no, his old man represented Tonga at the Rugby League
so
Rugby Union World Cup in 2003.
So his mother's Kiwi, right? And he's just one example. And I said, like, there's a fucking real chance that you get picked for all 3.
Yeah,
like squads. Yeah. So I said, like, what happens then? And he goes, I just assume he didn't know for certain as well. But then I made my decision. So
I think he plays for Tonga, to be honest.
I think he's a big shout for the Kiwis.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I reckon because if his old man played for Tonga, I reckon he'd be hell-bent on that.
Mum's Kiwis and born in New Zealand.
But, you know, your dad's like a bit more influential.
That's depending on the individual. That's individual. Yeah, some people are naturally closer with their mother.
Did this, and you just would want to emulate that.
Mate, I'm just hoping for the Kiwis. You're trying to get him.
But I don't mind if he plays for both. I think he's a great player, but I think just because of his roots and he's half Tongan and everything like that, I think we get him for Tonga.
He's so thick, mate.
He's a fast. He's an animal.
Yeah.
We said it a couple of years ago. He just fucked up a couple of times, and then he got put in reserve grade and everything like that. It's the best thing that happened to him.
So good. Geez, just thriving under Josh Hannah. We'll get to them a little bit later on. Roosters 23 Knights.
Before you jump up that, I just want to say big thanks to the boys at Cumberland Throw. I did a little pre-game show with them at Paraleagues up at Sterlo's Bar before the game. So that was a bit of fun. Just want to give them a shout out, say thank you. And it was a good little gig.
All right. So tell us what happened. Come on. This is what happened on the gig. Is this before pre-game to all games for Para? Is that what they do?
They hosted at Sterlo's Bar every pre-game from like 6 o'clock before the games. Normally they get like legends in, like Ray Price, Peter Sterling. They got Lukey live in this one.
Yeah, nice.
So
that's the levels he's getting to, mate.
Talking a bit of Para, just pre-game, bit of a preview. They give prizes away for the Leeds Club vouchers and stuff like that. So
nice.
Shout out to Craig. Shout out to everyone at the
Because
Cumberland
having
Throw.
Ray Price and then Luke Stowe up there.
How disappointed if you're an old, because it's a bit of an older demo of the potty as well.
It's fucking
Yeah,
fun.
that would be.
They're like, who's this? What? And then I had
Ray Price.
one of the old blokes came over with his phone after. He goes, "Oh, can you subscribe to your podcast for us?" I'm like,
Oh,
that's
that's
pretty
good.
cool.
Yeah.
Get them all to subscribe.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Well done, mate. Good,
Good work.
and shout out to the Cumberland Throw.
Cumberland Throw boys.
Cumberland Throw. All right, let's get to the Roosters 23 versus the Knights 22. This was a fun game to
Good
call,
game,
mate.
mate.
I love this game. DCE comes up clutch after Teddy returns with 3 of the best. That's the big story. I went to the sheds after and just had a chat to Ches, and I could just feel the same energy from Robbo after the game. You could tell they had so much respect for the Knights and what they threw up and where the Knights are at, and there's a relationship with Justin Holbrook.
Yeah.
There's still a frustration that they're not playing their best possible footy, but the silver lining is they're sitting second now.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it to me because they haven't had that sort of championship performance and this could be a benefit, mate. Like, honestly, they've got all the pieces. They've got a representative team. They've got guys that have done it at the highest level, won premierships, but they haven't strung. Like, even say, for example, for the Bulldogs right now, the Bulldogs have put together 2 real strong performances back to back. I haven't felt that from the Roosters in a long time.
Nah, they just keep just winning.
Which is,
And it's
again,
like they went tit for tat with Newcastle. Try. And it ends up with a DCE clutch field goal.
Yeah.
Right? But it's scary, the tries that Knights were scoring.
Yeah.
At ease, right? The back row there, outstanding, couple of lines there. Who was he? Straight at Sam Walker. There's the other spot. And that's
to be fair, he went Sam first and then Ches second because they shifted him to the left when Dylan Lucas went off.
But that's the only weakness in the whole Rooster squad.
Yep.
Their edges. You're not really trying to fuck with their middle. Look at their middle. You got Victor Radley, you got Spencer Leniu, Nafahu White, you got animals in there. They bash the fuck out of you. Robson. But where can you go? Straight to the edge. Get a couple of quick play the balls in the middle. Go straight to the edge. Don't fuck around. Go straight at Sam Walker. Get you one-on-ones there. Go straight at fucking DCE. DCE's fixed these problems up. He's always been a good defender anyway. So he's not a spot. Sam Walker's your spot, right? And I'm not no shade at these guys, but they're not crazy good defenders.
Hey,
they're not Cleary defenders, mate.
DCE is one of my great mates. In fairness, it's more. Again, I'll say this similar to the way that I used to view Luke Brooks. At 35, 36, he just doesn't move. He's brave enough where if you run at him, he's got this little sweeping tackle.
Yeah, look,
but he's still susceptible to shape, overs lines, all that sort of stuff. That's where Francis Manulelua got him, who had a breakout game, by the way. Carved up Sammy on the right. Lucas goes off. He carved up Ches on the left. So that's the part where the Roosters, and here's the part where I think now they've been around long enough that you can sort of flick a switch and just be a little bit more, raise it up a little bit more in big games. But that's going to be the issue for them later on in big games, for sure.
What's going to fuck the Knights up is losing both their fucking Dylans. And they don't look like a couple of weeks.
No, they're both season confirmed.
They're done.
Yeah.
Telling you now, I know I love the Knights, but I'm like, you can't lose Dylan fucking Brown and Dylan Lucas, who'll be in your best. He's a gun defender. Dylan Brown's defense is very slept on. I think he's one of the best defenders as a half in the game.
Agreed.
Right? And what else can you say about Dylan Lucas? He's one of the best hole hitters on that left edge. The combination with Bradman Best and Kalen Ponga and everything like that. If you lose those fucking combinations, it will derail your whole year. I would not be surprised if the Knights slip out of the top 8.
Okay, I disagree. I disagree. I understand your takes on it. Dylan Lucas, for me, is there a player that the Player of the Award is named after in Newcastle? Can you remember what that is? Is it the Danny Badiris Award? Dylan Lucas still may win that with the season that he's had, even with the injury with 6 weeks to go. He has been that good. So it's going to be a huge hole to fill. But this Manu Leilua, he showed me he has some real potential. Now, the problem, I watched him closely because he was coming up with these highlight plays. And this is going to come with minutes. Some players react. I love his body shape, mate.
No.
You can tell he's another preseason away. the way he exploded through those holes, Teddy didn't get anywhere near him.
Crazy good. No, sorry, I'll go back a little bit. I'm not really worried about Dylan Lucas because of that kid.
Yeah, well, let me finish off then, because
Dylan
because I'm starting with Francis,
Yeah, okay.
and then also Sandon Smith to 7, Fletcher Sharp to 6, can still keep them alive for the finals for the top 8. Are they going to do any damage in the top 8? No, but I think they're still a top 8 team.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it doesn't derail them that much, right? Because it's very tight from where they are all the way to 10th.
Yep.
Right? So, because it's going to be for and against, it's going to be like you need to string these games. Yeah, they've lost 3. These other teams below are winning at the moment. So I don't want them to slip anymore. I don't know who they got this week, but
I'll get you the ladder for you.
Just to lose both those guys in one game for the season is fucking heartbreaking because they've had such a good year. They are a top 8 team.
So here's what they got in their favour, the Knights. They're on 11 wins. The Bulldogs and the Raiders are clearly the most dangerous team outside of the 8. And what Foz can do, Foz has got the bye. We'll talk about them in a little bit. They've got the bye this week, and then they've got a decent run home, better than what you would expect because of some of the injuries to some teams, right? But the Cowboys, we all feel like they're playing well enough to remain in the 8. So the Knights have got to worry about the Bulldogs and the Raiders, but they've got 2 wins on them plus round 27 bye, which is going to be huge. I think that's going to be huge. I think that's going to they're just going to scrape in because no doubt, I've got belief in Francis because he looks good, but he's not proven yet. Jermaine McEwen will return to go to the other side, and Fletcher Sharp.
There's no footage on Francis as well.
Pardon?
There's no footage on him.
Yes.
Right? So you probably have limited. You didn't game plan for him at all.
Fair.
He's going to be on everyone's list.
Yep.
And all these little cues and everything like that, there'll be a lot more inside pressure when he's copping this week. And if he can, and that's what the greats do. They can do that. Good luck. Just stop me, mate. Right? And that's what he looks like, an animal. Well, I don't think, if you don't put your shoulder in front of him, he's running through you and he's going to go the distance.
You know what my favourite part was? He got him and Spencer had a bit of a. You know what's coming back in, man? The one-on-one. I don't know if it's
one-on-one beefs.
The one-on-one beefs, the contests. How's the best way of explaining it? If there's a disagreement very quickly, we talked about it now with 2 examples with Moses Leota at the Jason Tomalolo Cowboys-Panthers game. And then another example was the Broncos versus Panthers with Liam Henry and Payne Haas. Francis Manulaloa got Spencer Leniu with a good one off the kickoff, and it looked like a shoulder barge. And they go back and look at it, and the penalty was challenged and correctly called that it wasn't a shoulder barge. And then Spencer and Francis went each other again. It was good,
and then it sort of ends it.
Yeah,
right. So you don't get all these little bickering and all these little pushes and shoves and everything like that because I think they've figured it out. Settle it now. I said you got because all the middles. That's what it was like back when we were playing. Just fucking send it.
Spencer's talking shit too.
Spencer's
as
talking shit. It's great. You know what I mean? but hey, Francis, you want to fucking end this? Go give him you're going to run at him so he can get his lick back, and then it ends all the bullshit. And these players are understanding that now.
Yeah,
it's a little bit of an old school mentality, but it's getting backboard in a different way for these younger players. It's all right, you got to take care of this shit. Otherwise, it's going to be Spencer cheap shotting people. This, you know what I mean? He's going to be hunting for you the whole game. Same as Leota the last couple of weeks when Taumalolo did that.
It ends up spilling over.
And then everyone starts getting frustrated.
Unless they just settle it straight away with a
one-on-one. Got to do it, mate.
In a content term, you don't want to be put on a clip.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Nor because we know what's going on. Every team knows what's going on. You got to lick on him. You got to get it back. And if you don't, everyone thinks you're a cat.
Don't get me wrong. I've seen examples where people haven't given the return licks.
That's what I'm saying.
But we don't highlight that.
But
we're trying to highlight players that do it. And we know there are people that avoid that contact.
Yeah, and the guys that avoid that contact are the ones that get fucking run at all the time and end up making 55 tackles.
Rabbitohs 28 defeat the Storm 26.
Did it the hard way, didn't they?
Sneaky fun game.
Yeah,
Sneaky fun game. South's misfits, I'm calling them.
That.
And I say this with all due respect, but these are just typical.
La Blanc.
These are just typical Wayne Bennett players. Ashton Ward, he would struggle to get a run at other clubs. Honestly, Ashton Ward would. He would. He was on a New South Wales Cup contract last year. Our man Hubner, LeBlanc,
it.
Dufty, after returning to all of these guys were excellent in this game.
Outstanding.
In different ways. Like, they don't overcomplicate it. They don't try to be something that they're not.
That's Wayne Bennett.
The one thing that they're all doing right now for Wayne Bennett is competing.
Fucking oath. That's all he wants.
Did you see?
This was a must-win game.
Did you see our man LeBlanc? There was a clip that our man Milky Jenkins was on the potty with Mansour, and he was talking about LeBlanc. And this is how good LeBlanc's reputation is. So Milky
As a hitter? As a hitter,
yeah. I was watching, or maybe I was watching the start of the potty and they started with it straight away. Bizzer said, because they're obviously Bizzer and Saucer close from their time at the Panthers, and he goes, ask Milky about LeBlanc. And then Milky said they played a game last year and Milky ran into him and he gets licked and he's like, oh, fuck, this guy's
Who's that?
Pretty good hitter.
Yeah.
Looks up. Don't know too much about him. Anyway, someone else gets hit and then he hit the unhittable Brian Toto.
Yeah.
And then they were discussing him after
then you're
the
like,
game.
This guy can hit.
So apparently, like in the lead up to the game, Milky was trying to warn everyone, hey, stay away from this guy. And he reckons he helped out Liam LeBlanc because Liam LeBlanc made 20 less tackles than he normally does on an average in the game.
Because everyone was passing on him.
But he still got Blaze Talangi, remember?
Yeah.
And Milky was trying to go to Blaze like, man, told you about Liam LeBlanc.
Don't run into him.
Yeah.
And he's unassuming. Yeah. That's the thing. He don't look like a hitter.
He doesn't.
Like Moses Leota looks like he's going to put you in hospital.
Yes.
Right? These hitters look like hitters.
Yep.
You know, like Victor Radley looks like he wants to take your head off. So Jakey Trebojevic back in the day, looks like I'm not running at that guy.
Because you know what? He doesn't shoot out of the line to put his shots on.
No, he sets his feet beautifully.
He waits at the last minute. It's a late dip. It's straight through the mud guts and it's to the ground.
Yeah.
He crunches people to the ground.
It's to the end.
Like to the end.
So blokes like that, and if you're a young kid coming through the system and you're not a superstar, he would never been a superstar coming through the system, outworked all the guys with talent.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about guys like that when they get to first grade. It's taken him a while to solidify himself in first grade. Now Wayne trusts him, comes off the bench, gets good minutes, all right with the ball, he'll do a job for you. But defensively,
carries.
You do that. If you do that work for Wayne Bennett, you'll be in the side.
Yep.
He don't miss. He hits you hard. And you fucking need a LeBlanc. Everyone needs a LeBlanc. And he's got the best name in the fucking league. In the game.
Ashton Ward. It's a backhanded compliment to Ashton Ward. He's fucking 70 kilos dripping wet.
I wonder if he could put on weight. Or is he just his metabolism is just too quick?
Probably going to take a couple of years. Yeah, he's just the frame. He's like 23 too.
Tiny.
It's not like he's 19, 20. You remember when Jaden Campbell hit the scene and he was super skinny, but he was super young? But now when you look at him, I see Jaden Campbell on the field yesterday and he's never going to be
tell his arms and everything. The genetics won't allow him to be like.
Correct.
Polynesians are different. We're built different. We're fucking massive, right?
Yep.
Athletic.
Indigenous, the same?
Indigenous, different. But they're athletic as fuck.
Yep.
And all you have to, like JT when he was younger, he was built like Jaden Campbell.
Jaden Campbell's hitting people.
By the end of he's a fucking hitter now. By the end of JT's career, the jerseys obviously tightened up a little bit because it didn't look that big in 2002. Have a look at the jerseys.
It wasn't favourable.
With the dreadlocks and shit like that. But by the end of like the 2010s and shit like that, like his arms were built, the legs, but you're strong. You're man strong, right? Jane Campbell's coming through that now. I think he's like 24. Something like that. He's done about four pre-seasons, 4 or 5. You know, man, he's arrived. I think this year's been his best year.
Yep.
Outstanding.
Yep. I've got a strong take on him later on. Yeah. Ashton Ward.
Kicking game, all right.
Kicking, competes, chases.
Puts his body in front.
You can tell he compliments Cody really well. Doesn't overdo it. Gets involved once, fatigue sets in and they've done a lot of work. Mate, like, they've fucking got so many players out.
Sucks, eh?
And when Cheese did his calf.
I just...
Did you in the levels DMs? Because I got like 6 people DM me on Instagram.
Because didn't he say he hadn't done his calf or he was on some podcast or...
No, because we...
the buy round?
No, because we talked about the calf injuries and the injuries, right? But also he'd done his calf twice this year. I think the difference with this one, I think originally it was a cork. Have you ever had those before where a cork turns into a strain?
Yeah. You just don't really know.
Yes. And you're like, and because what you're doing is you're trying to overcompensate in other areas for the cork,
but you turn the cork into a tear.
Yes.
So that's where I think they're a little bit more cautious with it.
That's different to what
I think this week, he's going to be struggling to play this week because those little ones like that, can turn into like 6 weekers. And
Yeah.
you can't afford to have the cheese out at this time of the year. You can give him one more rest, right?
Yep.
Garlic's doing a decent job.
Yep. Mama's horse is another option.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So they've got a bit of depth there. So cheese needs about 2 weeks off, maybe. Depends what it is. I hope it's just a core, real deep core. So
I
they're
think
going to
it
get
is.
scans on that sort of shit. And,
I think it is. Can we give Stefano his flowers a little bit?
What a beast.
Yeah. I think he's playing better this year than he was last year when he made his Origin debut. He's now 2 years in the system, nearly completely 2 full years in the system. That chase down on Dufty, I know they end up scoring a couple of plays later, but that
doesn't matter.
That's what you become when you go down in the Melbourne Storm. And it would be super frustrating for Stefano right now with everyone that's out.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to serve him really well moving forward. And
Serve him very well.
He's quickly becoming a leader. Like he's become a leader at that club.
That try that he scored, boom, straight through. That's what I want. That's what I expect from the big man. Get a little bit wider from the ruck, bang, straight over the little fella. Spot him up, mate. You don't have to run at the big boys all the time. You know what I mean? Like, get a little bit wider. You got footwork. You got late footwork. You got beautiful hands. Get a little bit wider sometimes. Get at the 3-man. Get at the 4-man. Fucking straight through, offload, bang, try. You know what I mean? And that was just one of his good runs. It's probably his best one because he set up a try. But he's a big, fit, fucking animal. Like, he needs to understand how skillful and good he is. Like, he should be one of the first pick in Origin. I've always said that because of his skill set. Him and Payne Haas should be that, and Fanua Blake. That should be the mix. He shouldn't be getting outplayed by Mitch Barnett, who's fucking 32. But he should be looking at a young bull like this going, all right, I'm pushing for that jersey. It should be mine.
It's a funny old year that he's had, right?
Yeah.
So he leaves the Tigers. There's a lot of chat around that. He goes down to Melbourne. It takes him a while to adapt to the system defensively,
which it does.
Which he eventually
He's been through a
gets.
shit system.
Goes through Origin, has his criticisms around Origin because New South Wales lose that series.
But then
he talks a big game leading into the grand final out of nowhere. They end up losing the grand final. He still plays well in that.
Yeah.
And then
it needs a bit of backup.
Early on in the season, like it's been a weird season.
Weird 18 months for him. But
he's still an elite front rower.
Elite. But he's down there, they're losing. So it's just like no one speaks about him. We only speak about Melbourne when they're winning grand finals or in the grand final. They're not in the 8 at the moment. No one cares. You know what I mean? So out of sight, out of mind, Melbourne all the time. We'd rather talk about the Rabbits, the Bulldogs, fucking Penrith, all these sort of Sydney teams, Brisbane Broncos out, all that kind of crap. So when the Storm's out of sight, out of mind, not in the running, everyone's sort of nearly happy, which sucks. Do you know what I mean? So we always want Storm to go good because they're holding it.
Better for the league.
They're holding it down in Melbourne, right? If they end up getting 4 wooden spoons in a row, you're talking about relocation. Do you know what I mean? Like, So we always want the Storm to be successful, and they always have been. Most successful team in sports in Australia, like top 3 ever in the world as well. So people don't forget about that shit. But they're just going through they're just running out of troops. Fuck, you can't do everything can't win them all, right? You've got 5, 6 gun starters out that are representative players, but then you get to see these guys like Sewer and Stefano and that really come, and they'll be better for it next year when they hopefully get Katoa back and hopefully get some troops back.
Tui.
And get Tui. They missed that, the presence in the middle. We need some big boys. And don't think big nasty.
Xavier Coates.
Big nasty, exactly. Xavier Coates, big nasty.
Sarko's rocking up.
See?
Bronson Sherry.
Yeah, so you got some guys there, but like you missed the 2 big guys in the middle. Tui, and Big Nas. Like when you're running in the middle, when you see Liero and you see King, and you're not petrified.
I'll tell you who's going to be a real nice compliment to him next year. And I don't know if he comes off the bench or Josh King remains the starter or he goes to lock. You got Liero as well. But Cooper Clark, once Eli Katoa comes back, Oren Keeley, I don't know what Blore seems to be exploring his options. But I think Oren Keeley and Katoa may be the back rows for them moving forward, and then you can move Cooper Clark into the middle of the field.
Yeah, put him at lock. Plays massive minutes, got a good skill set. I think this year has been his rookie year. He turned 20 this year. Just getting through big minutes, getting through a fuckload of work. And they say, like, he keeps up with all the fittest blokes there. He's only going to get better next year. He's only going to play more minutes, and it's going to be more quality minutes. So I think he has that skill set. He can pass, he can go short, he can do all that sort of stuff, and he can run over you. So he's a triple threat.
Another big what if is Sewer. Like, I know he's not on Pappy's level yet defensively, but I can't help but think about what the ceiling could be. I think he's got a real opportunity to go learned the stuff that Pappy was elite at, and I think it was really slept on too. Pappy defensively always had the right structures in place. He learned that from Billy. Billy would be teaching that to Sewer.
Yeah.
To just making sure right numbers, all those little things which lead to strong edge defensive decisions. But offensively, as dynamic as Pappy was and the way some of the tries that he'd score.
Pappy-esque, aren't they?
Oof.
Billy Slater-esque.
Sewer.
That move that he put on, Dufty didn't know where he was.
Yeah.
What do you do? What do you do? If I'm forward, I just run straight at him. Try and fucking. I'm not sitting on my heels waiting for him to put a fucking in and away on me.
And if you launch at him and he has to stop
and you might stop him a little bit.
Someone might chase him down.
You just got to go fucking straight, aim for an inside hip and go straight there and then go. You can't give a guy like that much time and sit on your heels and wait for his move. You're not quick enough. I know Dufty's quick, but he was on one. He nearly single-handedly won him the game.
Yeah, he did.
But they did good, the Rabbits.
Big howler at the end there on the Cody Walker 40-20, which was weird. Had a bit of a glitch, but he's having a good season. He'll probably get their Player of the Year award, actually. Sewer and Stefano will fight that out.
Yeah, I think Sewer will get it.
Player of the Year. Also, Harry's injury was the final nail in the coffin. Now that Harry's done.
Yeah, what the fuck? What did he do?
Hammy.
Was it a hammy? Up high too, because he didn't know what was going on. Is that insertion between the fucking glutes and the hamstring? It's high up.
Okay, yeah. You had that before?
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah.
Because you can't really pinpoint it because you can see the way that he was showing. Where is this? What is it?
Sort of looked like maybe felt like a cramp originally.
Yeah, so you don't know. You didn't know where to grab. It wasn't low. It wasn't. He kept grabbing his knee, and then he worked up high. Went, ooh, it's the insertion, so it's fucked. Anyway, yesterday obviously was a massive sporting week. Fucking Timmy Zoo, our boy, gets the win over Errol Spence Jr. What a fucking fight!
So good.
He walked him down. No, he's been out of the game for like 3 years, right? He hasn't had a fight since Terence Crawford fucking ruined his. I reckon that fucked him, right? Anyway, comes down here, pretty cocky, great lead up, all that sort of shit. But I never thought this is fucking Tim Zoo. I never thought he could walk down Errol Spence and just punch and just sit there toe to toe with him and just walk him down. Like Errol Spence is he's going to go down as a Hall of Fame boxer, right? Tim Zoo to do that to him at home in Sydney, everything like that. I was like, holy shit. Bud Crawford was there as well.
I know.
Was Bud in the crowd?
Bud was just sitting there just looking at him going, I'll bash both of you.
One hand.
But it's good, like Jeff Fennick is in his corner. I've been good mates with Jeff Fennick. You can't say that wasn't his game plan. You know what I mean? He's changed because we were at the fight last time. And that's when he sat on his stool, right?
Yeah.
And everyone thought he ain't going to be back ever. That's the end of Tim Zoo. Changed his trainers, changed this, changed that. Got a new corner. Comes out and looked like a whole new fucking man. A little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, and like that's the fucking Tim Zoo that we know. Like he can get a world championship out of this.
Who's up next for him?
Who else is in?
I don't know. He called someone out.
Did he say 160?
Oh yeah, he's 160. So how high's he gone up?
Let me have
5 kilo.
See who we can.
He said Lane or Lush or somewhere. So Bud Crawford's too light. They'd have to get it a catch weight.
Well, Crawford's done. Crawford's not coming back first.
Yeah, I wouldn't fight him ever.
Yeah, no.
Never call him out.
That middleweight current world champion, Sandri Lara.
Lara, that's who he called out. Yeah, Lara. So if he gets one more fight in, then he can have a crack with him, I reckon, and then hopefully get that.
But Crawford did that podcast with the Pivot and talked about like any like what sort of money.
The money there doesn't matter about it. He fucking schooled old mate.
Yeah. It was a bad clip for Crowder.
No, not coming.
Crowder, Shannon
Crowder. Yeah. But so you're not going to get him out of retirement. He's done, and he's smart. And same as Errol Spence, he knows. Like he's 36 years old. Last 10 years been so dominant. Had that fight with Bud Crawford. Got fucking absolutely pumped, and it fucked him right. Car crash. Got a family. So just those guys, because boxers are probably the worst at like. If you haven't got your money right, you keep coming back for that easy purse, right? Couple of hundred here, couple of hundred, could be a couple of mil, right, for these fights. But he said that he's got everything intact, his family, money, everything like that. Businesses are working for each other. What he said then just makes you feel that he's comfortable with himself. He knows what he's done. The car crash rattled him, and then that fight with Bud Crawford. So the self-awareness with that, I fucking respect that. So he come down here, had a great fight. It was a fucking good fight, right? And then got beat. Said thanks to everyone. come out with the Indigenous stuff and
Mhm.
everything. It was pretty respectful to the
That's
Australian
awesome,
culture.
Yeah. I saw that. highlights
Yeah, I
of it.
love that. I sort of respected that, and said thank you, and then see you later. And Tim Zoo was like, "Let's fucking party." I'm like, "What? What are you doing? We're not in Vegas."
That's when
Should
you've
have
been
said
hanging out
you
with
should have
Jeff
said that in
Bennington.
Vegas. Should have said that in Vegas when we were there. Fuck you. Anyway,
wasn't-
well done, Tim Zoo.
He wasn't in a party mood. In
Of course, he wasn't. Fucking hell, I wouldn't have been.
Anyway, on to the next game. I'll start with a few quotes from the CEO since the meeting this morning.
Oh, meeting.
So it's one of these ones. I always find this funny when it's in rugby league when they pap you coming into training. So he's in the
Like,
car with Isaac Moses there going to training. And then the quotes are from CEO Sean Mealenkamp. Is that how you say it?
Yep.
I'm here today just to confirm that Benji Marshall, Pat Richards, and myself met with Adam Doueihi and his agent. It was a very positive and productive meeting.
Well, there would be a go to thing and find it. There'll be an interview, wouldn't there?
No, it's 26. This is the whole thing quoted.
Oh,
I can play, or I don't have the exact.
Go on,
name in
just give
front
it
of
there'd be a presser.
Yeah, it's 20 seconds. That's all. Where is it? Maybe I'll see Fox League have posted it then.
Go to YouTube and see.
I checked YouTube before. Here we go. Breaking Fox. Oh, here we go.
Come on.
It was a very positive and
This
productive.
goes for 6 minutes.
And we'll be at training tomorrow, which is a very good sign.
Stop yelling.
What's really important is that what is sitting in that room stays in that room. That's important for us as a club. We're all doing what's best for the club. We've got no further comment. Thank you.
That's it.
Oh, well.
It's only 20 seconds. That was the whole
Oh,
rest of the
this
article.
one. Oh, gotcha. This is just
They don't have top and tail on it
yeah.
from Fox News or something.
That's straight bat. If you've ever fucking heard of it,
So
doesn't want to give him too much smoke.
All right, let's get to the Raiders 56 defeating the Tigers 10. Not much to take from that, really.
Absolutely nothing.
Looks like it's the energy represents a strong stance.
Said at the start.
Yeah.
Said at the start.
Well,
A couple of tries when I saw Ethan Strange score that try, when he goes left and then steps past your whole fucking forward pack, and then you see May there, you see Twal, Appy, Bole, all on the ground with a fucking 21-year-old kid, 5'8", straight through you. That's just desire and effort, right? And both those things you can't coach. Not having a crack at any of those blokes, but it's a ripple effect from all the bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's fucking devastating watching it because we all want the Tigers to go good, right? This year. We all thought they were going to go good. We love Benji. We love fucking Luai. We love all the young kids. We love what May was doing. We love all these guys at the skin. Buller. We loved them all, right? And it's a fucking shame to see him put in an effort like this because that just means it's just like, fuck, I'm over this shit. And I wouldn't be surprised if they fall all the way to the bottom.
Let's talk about the positives. Oh, anything else?
is that possible for them to fall that low?
Nah, only if St George wins fucking 7 and they lose.
No.
7.
They can't get the spin, yeah.
No, if they win, if St George wins 7 in a row.
Yeah,
then
but
the
they've only got
Tigers
6
don't.
games left, so it's very hard to win 7.
Is there 6 games left? Six,
I think so.
Anyway, disappointing from the Tigers. Not going to talk about the Tigers. They just need to get that game, scrap it. But let's talk about the Raiders.
Okay, Raiders. Ethan Sanders.
Todd Carney.
I'll tell you what he had. He had a bit of Todd Carney swag with that little show and go and buller.
Yeah, loved it.
That's a couple of things. The confidence to try to execute something like that on a break because Hoskins was there if he needed him. He's done video on Buller.
Yeah.
He's got a read on him. I don't think that was, and I'm hoping it is too. I'm hoping even more so that there's video put in on Buller. Beautiful play, not just a line break, finishing it. Had a couple of try assists as well. To Jed Stewart, thought a really complete game for Sanders, and he's starting to really find him.
Yeah, I reckon he's done video because I know that he had Hoskins with him, right?
Yep.
You didn't have Xavier Savage. So what's Buller going to do? He's going to check release real quick and think that he can back himself to get Hoskins.
Good point.
You know what I mean? So if you have Savage or Weeks, you're like, fuck it, I'm going to go for the ball or go for the man.
Yep.
But when you're like that and you think, oh, it's fucking Hoskins, I can get him if I can just get the timing right.
Yeah.
Boom, it's fucking.
That's a good shout.
Yeah. It's the dummy at the right time to get Buller when he knew he was going. He just went bang off his left and then went straight to the post, which it was impressive.
Yeah.
Because you could fuck that up. Because if you had a pass at the wrong time, because Buller put him in that position, right? Take one inside if you want. Got Hoskins.
Yeah.
But he had the awareness to do that, which is it's the whole maturity. Right? He looks like he looks like this game. I know it's the Tigers, and I know it's still an NRL team. I don't give a fuck, right? You're still doing that against quality players, and I'm like, all right, that's good. I think you've arrived right now.
I was hesitant over the last couple of weeks because I thought a huge part of the way that the Raiders were playing was because Owen Paddy was playing at such a high level, and I've got a huge rap on Owen Paddy. And that's obvious.
Where was he? Was he suspended?
Suspended.
Okay.
So he'll be back. Don't know if he got 2 weeks or 1 week.
What did he do? Something grubby?
There was a dangerous contact. So I think it's only a week. Anyway, I thought Owen Paddy was so good that he was just complimenting Owen Paddy.
Just one game.
Just one game. So Owen Paddy's back this week. And also, Hudson Young's such an important part of that team. So with those two guys out, I had my reservations on the Raiders in this game.
I know you did.
But he showed, along with Strange and Weeks, that, they're super dangerous.
So Strange, I think it'll be automatically he'll take over that left edge as a runner, which you sort of want to do.
Yeah.
Huddy Young demands a lot of ball. He gets about 25, 30 times a game.
Pros and cons to that.
Pros and cons, yeah. Hoskins, hard line runner. I told you last week, just does his work, goes about his work, proper tradesman like every single week, which is good for fucking Ethan Strange. He can start playing some footy now. Owen Paddy compliments him, and then the 4-pack just does what it wants, right? Which will be quite interesting the next 6 weeks to see how they go. If they can beat the Panthers this week, but the way that they're playing and the strengths that they have during in the middle, even like with Joey Tups, just fucking easy $180 or whatever going forward, hitting everybody. Big Papa's making his impact here and there. You know, Starling, you still got him in there. You've got Mariota, looks like he's coming off the bench, fucking trying to kill people.
Started in this game.
Simi Sasungi's a gun. Xavier Savage, K.O. Weeks. That try that he had, the balance and the awareness, like to get and smoke. Jareem Buller, right? He had to change hands and everything in the left hand. That's a skill in itself. And to palm him off and to keep his balance is something that it's slept on. Not many players can do that.
I was watching this game on Saturday, thinking about K.O. Weeks and the conversations I had with Blairy and the Dylan Brown injury because it was quickly reported that Dylan is now obviously our ACL.
It's an ACL. You saw it come off his left leg.
So there are two options for the Kiwis, and they both involve Kalen Ponga.
KP, I was going to say.
So Kalen, by the way, I had a chat to Kalen too at the game. He's just going to miss a week. If it was a finals game, he could have played this game. So he'll be a big shock for this week as well. So they can either go, this is you could go Keanu Kinney at fullback and Kalen at 5'8", with Jerome Hughes at half.
That's good. That's it. Done.
Or option 2, Keanu Kinney on the bench. Kalen remains at fullback. Defend K.O. Weeks in the 6, where he started off in the halves, and play Kalen as the half in attack and K.O. Weeks in the fullback.
No, that first one, I love it.
Okay.
I love it because I forgot about fucking Jerome Hughes. And KP can play 5'8" easy.
Weeks is the 14.
Yeah, and you can see Kinney can come around the back. Pong can come around the back. You can see that right now. It doesn't have to be like when you saw Ezra Mam. Ezra Mam just come around the back on a sweep off Walsh. So it doesn't mean what position you're in. If you got that skill set, you can play it. You just play everything. Like you got these players that are so highly skilled at the moment. KP, Kinney, like Jerome Hughes, all these sort of blokes. You know, they can play multiple positions and know how to play it outstanding.
One more option. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, no, go.
One more option is Cody Nikorima.
Oh, yeah. Well, he needs to finish year off.
I'll throw one more. Tamati Martin, depending on how they finish at the Warriors.
Yeah,
so
they're all good shouts.
Yeah.
They're all good shouts. But the main thing is, I mean, sucks for Dylan Brown, but look at the options. Usually if you lost a star player in New Zealand, you're fucked. And he's a star player. Now you're looking at the options that
pretty good
you just threw out then. That's not even thinking about it deeply. That's just off the top of the dome.
Yeah.
When I was sitting there looking at combinations and all that sort of stuff, it's like, okay, yeah. What the first one you said, I'm like, yeah, that could be done easy because you still got Jerome Hughes.
I said last week I didn't understand the Brayley signing, and it confused me around the progression and the development of Owen Paddy and how good Tom Starling played last year. And maybe that factored into the form of Tom Starling and the desperation. There's like, you can look at it, you can poke holes in, or you can find pros and cons. Again, it's something we use a lot in the decision where it's made both those two guys play a lot better with the pressure, with Brayley being there and what he provides. But the Dane Laurie signing, I always loved it. I thought that was a great signing for depth, for fullback, to apply pressure in the halves, and then at worst, a bench player on a 6-man bench.
3 tries.
Now that he's added the wrinkle defensively,
Yeah.
and
No one knew he could bang like that.
and playing in the middle, I fucking love it even more.
Yeah.
Dane Laurie's going to be a really important part. He's signed for 3 years, mate.
Yeah, no, he's a
there for
problem.
3 years. He's going to be a great signing for the Raiders.
He's always been a player, but his versatility was his problem. No one knew what he was doing.
Yep.
Now come off the bench, play lock, play centre, play fullback, everywhere.
Dylan Walker role.
Yeah, he can play it all. He's just a footy player.
Role. Yeah.
I imagine if he just puts about 3 or 4 kilos on. But I don't think he really has to because he just licks blokes.
Yeah.
So they've got a team there. They can make a bit of a run. And obviously the next team that we talk about will be the same because the trajectory is like that right now. And it's all about timing. It's a marathon, not a sprint. We always say that, right? And it's the timing of the Raiders and even the Bulldogs next that feels like it's the perfect timing if you can get on a run.
Yep.
I'm talking like 8 in a row,
Yep.
Coming into the semis. And that's what the Raiders need to do. That's what the Dogs need to do. So when you're playing with desperation, you're going against all these other teams that are a bit higher than you or lower, like the Tigers, you need to take care of them. Hence going into the next game, Warriors and Bulldogs, I'm like, I was sitting here going, fuck, this is the test. I said that.
Yeah, it was for me.
It was the test.
Yeah.
And I was like, they fucking passed that in flying colours.
We will get to that right up next. One bit on the Tigers, and I think this best represents the Tigers and my opinion on where they're just lacking. I said maybe 10 weeks ago, I feel like Jareem Buller is their most important player. He is a special talent, and I still think his ceiling can be a top 3 to 4 fullback in the competition. Like I feel like he's that good. He got injured at the start of the year when everything was flying. He was traveling. He was playing awesome and just really starting to develop. But the one little last bit that he needs to develop is a bit of a killer instinct. And what I mean by that is, like, naturally you can see he's like a lot of Polynesian and Fijians are like a real humble, like don't lose your humility and what you believe in and who you are. He's a man of faith and all that stuff. But just 2 parts of the games that represent the Tigers, but I'm using him as an example because I think he's the barometer for him right now. The Savage try. Right on halftime, they have this little sweeping play.
Basic defence.
I don't know if you saw it.
I saw it.
So Savage makes a break down the outside side, down the sideline. Nice play by the Raiders. Buller's coming across to make the tackle on Savage. He just sort of gives up on the play right at the end. Savage then brings the ball in.
Yeah.
Runs it in an extra 15, 20 metres. Maybe a little simple thing. Maybe a little simple thing to some. And I'm not trying to, for Tigers fans, I'm not being super hard on Buller, but like these are the little details.
This is the ripple effect.
The ripple effect. And when you're the best, I deem him to be the best player, you just got to finish that play, make him kick it from the sideline because you never know. Like, who's to know that, 56-10 ends up being the final score. But if it becomes a closer game, 2 points could be crucial, right?
Yeah.
And then in the second half, he gets to the ball first off a Jerome Luai kick, and I think the score line was maybe either 26-10 or 22-10.
You've got to grab that. You just grab it with the fucking strength of a fucking lion and put it down.
Finish it.
It can't be in your hands and someone just tap it and it goes out. I looked at that. I was like, fuck, look at all this. Jerome's got all these little trick shots in him. You've got to execute. Got to execute, mate. And their edge defense was fucking abysmal. Right?
Yeah,
just the tries that they scored off even when Savage scored that just before half time or whatever, off a scrum. Man on man. And just a little bit of fan shape. The winger's just coming in on nothing. I know he's got speed, but fucking stay on your man. Yeah, that's hopefully just Tigers just fucking throw that game in the bin.
Those are 2 little attention to detail things that you can fix, like that he can fix.
Yeah.
Especially the first one. Like, I don't know if there's people showing him in video. Like, I those little efforts, you never know. And I always like to highlight plays when they.
These are the little things that if he wants to be great and go to that next level, he needs to execute that regardless of how the Tigers are performing as a club. He needs to have his standards high.
Yep.
And I think everybody's standards have dropped at the Tigers at the moment. They weren't doing this 10 weeks ago when it was all fun, when everything was looking good.
Yeah.
Now the standards have dropped. Now it's up to the coaches, the players mainly, to maintain that. What they've been building for 18 months. Let's not let it slip, boys.
Yeah.
Right? You can't have that. Now, hopefully, this Doueihi thing can just fuck off and they can get back to fucking playing footy and having fun, because it looks like that ain't fun.
No. That was a tough watch.
Yeah, it was fun.
This was fun. This one's from Shane Treadaway. This is before the game as well. As a Wires fan, I'd honestly be more nervous if O'Sullivan started at 7 with Lockie at 6, just like they did last week. I actually think that's the best Dogs have looked in attack. O'Sullivan plays a role very similar to Sexton. He runs straight, squares up the defence, gets his runners into good positions, and lets the players play around him.
And
that was Shane Treadaway.
Then Critter went, hold my fucking Gatorade.
It was a statement game for the Dogs, for the Gatorade.
Yeah, fucking hold my drink. And then
statement game for the Dogs, and the best part about it, Shane Treadaway wasn't the only one that thought that. There was a lot. I was reading the comment sections. You were asking me the questions going into it. You're like, what would you do? And we had a good conversation about it. But the part that quieted all the noise straight away was the connection and form of kick out straight away in that game to find Critter. And then all of that sort of anxiety around the decision was just squashed.
Gone.
And then they could quickly get on with what they do best, which is what they did best throughout the game.
And I'm not sure if this works for the whole year, but I think it's gonna. This run has to be all predicated on how Kick-Out comes back. I think he gave him another. I think he was back, not back to his best, but fucking about a week or two away from it, right? The kick chase, everything, what we do as a club, it's all predicated on that fucking kick chase and just force them under pressure. Right, the Warriors haven't been under this pressure for fucking weeks, right? They're a good team, but they felt it, right?
I'll tell you who felt it the most, the fullback and Dallin.
Tuapiki copped it fucking heaps. And so, because they were getting hit. As I said last week, what was I more impressed with? Fucking defense, the hustle, everything like that. It's like the game slowed down. More defensive teams like the Canberras and us from last year, it looks like it's back to that.
For sure it is.
And we look like we're going up and up and up. Wires come to play.
Yeah, they did.
Come to play. We didn't get the worst version of those guys. We got the best version, and they got fucking out physical and outplayed.
Agreed.
And I just think that if that's not, and I said last week, I'm going to wait for this game because I don't give a fuck about the Tigers game, but I care about the Warriors because they're a top 4 team.
Yes.
Top 4 team, and we took care of business defensively. They scored a try late. Could have been 18-0. So the whole 2 teams nil.
Fuck, that would have been awesome.
0-0 would have been awesome, but they got that try. But what about the left fucking foot kick from Barney?
Oh, yeah, that was nice.
That was talent. I'm not sure if he's left-footed, but it was great.
I can't say for certain.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
But our Bulldogs defense, it's back. That's it. Like, I know we said it. O'Sullivan's he can come in and give you 1 game.
Yeah.
Every 5 or 6 games.
Yeah.
But he's not a genuine starter. And then why the fuck did we get rid of Sexton? Is because they're similar sort of players, right? They dig into the line. They play a genuine halves game. They know exactly what's going on. They know how to read the game and kick and all that sort of stuff. Dig into the line properly. Yeah, okay. But then, like, when you got that much talent, when you got Lockie Galvin, I think you would have learned a little bit off him there. And then you got Critter just coming in and out, like doing what he's doing. Then you got Birdo on that left edge.
Birdo's killing it.
Birdo's just running. So we all love Birdo when it's a run-first mentality. So he's just getting the ball. He's pinning them back. He doesn't have to set Kick-Out up or anything like that. He just gets the ball and goes. So that's what I'm loving about that. So the combination seems to be working.
Oh, right? Mate, it started off with Critter, early ball to it's exactly how you want the edges to look. Early ball to Viliama Kick-Out. He makes someone miss. He's a late offload. Critter's just too big and strong. Ball in 2 hands, scores a try. Then felt like only about 10 minutes later, Lockie Galvin gets a shift from the left to the right. What does he do? Who does he always play with? Jacob Preston goes through. Beautiful line. Goes straight through. Goes straight past Tuapiki. And you just like, left edge did their thing, right edge did their thing. And what do we do now? We just tighten the screws.
Yeah.
And we just like make it. And then what I was talking about before with regards to Dallin and Tuapiki is their kick returns. Dallin sets the tone for the Warriors' starts of sets. What he does with his strong carries, sometimes he takes a lick, but it's a quick play the ball. and he gets up, and then either Lofiana Camperera or Tuapiki has. I think Tuapiki's one of the top tackle break players
99.
in the
I think he
competition.
got 100.
Mate, they just you guys just strangled him, and then it didn't allow Fish to get behind the ball. It didn't allow Dimitrov when he come on the field, like Tanastyle Smith, like these guys.
Never been on the back foot for about a couple of months.
They felt uneasy.
Yeah. So and that's because of our pressure, and that's the way we played. Our middles did a job. I thought Leo Thompson, Max King were outstanding in the middle, and I thought was fucking unreal. Bailey Hayward. Bailey Hayward looked like he's turned into a genuine 9. He's coming back. He's switching it this way. He's going back the other way. He's taking the markers out. Like he's running when he has to, knows when to pass when he's coming out. And that's what we look fucking awful at the start of the year, right? Because he's not a genuine 9. He's throwing lasers when he wants to. Like I felt he was the main catalyst in the middle to get everyone going. You know what I mean?
Playing big minutes, no Kurt Mann.
Yeah. No Kurt Mann. So I thought it was just a whole team effort. There wasn't a bad player out there. I thought Salmon played outstanding as well. Put him at lock. Harry Hayes come on, did his job. So Jeffro had the worst half of football last week or a couple of weeks ago.
Before, yeah. He was good against the Tigers.
Hasn't played a bad bit yet.
I think I honestly think it was between Jethro and Sean O'Sullivan for that final spot.
Big time. And he's proven Ciro right.
10 players go over 100 metres. He only used 3 players off the bench. He didn't even have to use O'Sullivan too. So, really positive signs for the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs and the Raiders for sure look the most dangerous. It's going to be difficult. I think only one of them can make the 8 between the Raiders and Warriors. Only one team will slip up significantly enough to fall out. Tuapiki injury was offset by Chance Nickel-Klogstad, who was really good off the bench.
Yeah, I thought he was good.
The thing that it was no Healy, we didn't get to see Sam Healy because of that, and I think Wade Egan really needed a spell. And then I got this message from Chris Bray that I think sort of summarises most Warriors fans, at least the more like there are fans, the Warriors fans that sort of blow up and overreact. But I think this is a really thoughtful comment. I'm as up the wires now as I was in May, but I felt this result was coming. Since Magic Round, we've been guilty of playing to the level of the opposition. I think we've been looking a bit flat. Given the congestion at the top, the concern is that we could once again slip to 6th or 7th rather than finish in the top 4. I think Webby needs to be proactive. I'd love to see Egan given a week or 2 to freshen up as he doesn't seem fully healthy. That could give Healy more minutes and maybe use Tamati as a 14 with Metcalf a 7. I love that Tamati has done and he represents everything good about the club, but I fear he has reached his ceiling and we need at least see what Metcalf has to offer.
That's a good shout. I don't mind that. If you're trying to give Egan a bit of a rest because he toughed through that game.
Yeah.
Because he was busted. I don't know whether his knee or his hamstring or cramps or whatever it was, but he got through the game, but it took their running game out.
Yeah.
Right? The quick play of the ball.
The Tuapiki injury is the reason. Because otherwise Healy plays and Chance doesn't get on.
Because I think you need to start Healy because he's going to be one of the future players of the club, right? Are you cramping up?
Yeah.
And if you got to play like Metcalf.
Pickle juice on the potty.
If you got to play like Metcalf in the wings, mate. Like you got to use him, mate.
Juice,
You got to use him.
Yeah.
Like you can't have a talent like that sitting there.
Metcalf?
Yeah. You got to use him somehow. Like I don't know. How do you incorporate him into the game?
All right, let's look at their let's look at their schedule. I'm not overreacting for the Warriors. I thought it was. I'm putting it more down to
got outplayed and bashed.
All right, so
That's
here
it.
we go. All right, they've got a good little. They've got a much improved Titans team at Gold Coast next week, going into Penrith.
This was the game last year where they held the dramas in the press conference after. Remember, someone asked, "Des, you got more? There's more away fans than home fans."
Oh yeah, it was too. Yeah, it was
Must be
too.
good. They'll pack that stadium out, I reckon.
This would be a good game.
Yeah.
Because I said this in the Titans before they beat the Dragons. It didn't feel like 16th versus 17th. Normally when I get these games, and I'm privileged to be able to call games and turn up, but sometimes you naturally go to games going, fuck, can't be bothered with this. It didn't feel like that. It felt like two teams that have got aspirations to be a lot better next year. And I enjoyed calling the game. Titans are a fun team. We'll get to the Titans in a bit.
Fucking oath. Saw some good tries.
So they play the Titans away next week on Saturday. Then they return with Penrith at Go Media. Then the Broncos at Suncorp.
That's the one that you want. Yeah, but they need to take care of business first.
They need to take care of business.
You can't
I think
lose 2 in a row and then go into the Panthers.
I think Egan and Tamaiti and Chanel and Chance will get given an opportunity at fullback. Big game, big test against the Titans.
We'll break that down on Thursday. But Warriors, you got they're a good team, but they just got outplayed, out enthused by a better team.
Yep.
Regardless if I'm ex-Bulldog player or not, me optically looked like that, and I just went, okay, you just got out enthused, and just say playing to other teams' levels. I don't think that. I think they've been beating teams pretty fucking good. They've been one of the most consistent teams.
I guess the best example would have been the Dragons game the week before.
Yeah.
It may be fresh,
They just figure out ways to win.
Yeah.
Like Penrith, like all the good teams. But, when you're going to come up against a Bulldog side like this, who's motivated, who's sort of found their groove now, it seems like the old Bulldogs of last year. It's a team that you can get behind. I keep saying, it's not if you lose, it's how you lose. And how they'll lose. And early on in the year, we're like, fuck is this team doing? That's why everyone was coming out, like just fucking hammering us, and like all ex-players was like, I don't know what's going on. We don't know, because they train the same way. They've gotten better. Galvin's there a lot longer. Leo Thompson's there. Like, we're fucking blah, blah, blah. But we miss Preston, right? We miss kick out, because it's a big part of our attack and defense. Got these guys back in. It's all about timing. I think we're going to time this right. I think it'd be shit if we make 7th or 8th. If we do get in with a good run, we'll be scary to beat.
The Dogs are more.
Dogs are more. The Dogs want more.
Cowboys 18. They wanted some more.
Woo!
They wanted
What a
heaps of
game.
Broncos.
What a super Saturday anyway.
Yeah,
Fucking
awesome.
oath.
Yeah.
It was a good weekend in general.
It was. The footy's been good, mate. The
Yeah.
footy's been really good.
For like the numbers on the potty to drop, just naturally, like they always do this time of year, people tune in. Footy's great.
Yeah, footy's awesome.
This is where everyone's fucking jostling for positions.
Cowboys 18 defeat the Broncos 10. Tommy Dearden, he has been ruled out for the next 3 weeks, Peyton said. He's torn a muscle in his shin on his good leg. He did it just after the halftime against the Dolphins and managed to finish the game, which again highlights his toughness.
Yeah, he's a tough little fucker.
Fuck, he's
fucking little animal, isn't he? Yeah, that start to the game, like they've done that before when they did that to Leota, but Griffith Neem, Taumalolo, and that middle just went after him big time. Just picking him up, Ruben Cotter.
Yeah.
And I love seeing starts like that. That was like an origin start. You just fucking pile in and you just load up.
You know what it best represented? Both these two teams were playing for the Carl Webb medal.
Yeah.
It was
special.
Yeah.
Because he holds a special place in their hearts, right? Because he's Broncos junior, went up there and spent time with the Cowboys and legendary human, and it's emotional for both clubs. But the Cowboys come out and they just out enthused them. Like, the Broncos come to play.
Yeah, they did.
They come to play. They knew their season's on the line and they still couldn't get him. Right, Walsh was on.
Yep.
Payne Haas was on.
Yep.
Carrigan was on. They were there to play.
Can we just? I want to highlight this as well, because the story has been now the Broncos. They're almost done. They're done. Even if they win out like this, mathematically they're not done, but they're done. And all the story was around the Broncos, mate. For me, the story is the Cowboys.
I can know
the Cowboys forced that win. I love that Clifford. Essentially won it was the game winner. I know they kicked 3 penalty goals, but it was the last try that they scored. So I felt like that was fitting, because I thought Clifford was awesome too after the disappointment of getting dropped last week. Pardon me.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys, it's all about the Cowboys. I know the Broncos have everything to prove and try and get in the 8, but like the Cowboys went, fucking relax a little bit. And then they come out with the lead. I was so impressed with Griffith Neem. He was taking names and he was talking shit. Griffith Neem.
Griffin.
You're
saying, are you saying Griffith?
Griffiths, yeah, I was.
Like Gryffindor.
Okay, Gryffindor was fucking killing on.
I thought you said it before.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, Griffith. Anyway, Griffin. Griffin?
I think we did a camp at Parramatta and Griffiths.
Yeah, Griffiths.
I've been to Griffiths.
Back in the day, I used to go there to school camp.
Is it Griffin?
Near Hill End.
Griffin.
Is that right?
Griffin.
Anyway, Griffin, you killed it.
Yeah, it did, because there's basketball courts and everything there. We did an army camp, not an army camp, but a camp.
It's definitely not near Hill End, but it is.
Where is it?
Yeah,
Where is Griffin?
It's down
Griffiths, it's near the Riverina.
Yeah,
it's wine, food, and Italian heritage.
Where's Griffin? Anyway, Gryffindor fucking absolutely nailed him, come out with some proper venom, and it was like infectious through the whole team.
Yeah.
It was, and then when you're playing games like that, then it becomes a competition who can hit the bloke the hardest.
Yeah.
And Carrigan was about it. He had to step up.
Yeah.
He was getting fucking ramrodded by fucking Taumalolo.
Yeah.
Payne Haas had to do his thing, and they did. end up equaling it out and getting their licks back. But
Yeah, Broncos had a second wave.
Right, they
they
were
come
coming,
after
They
it.
were coming.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm fucking impressed with Murray Taulagi. And Nanai. Outstanding. This gives me vibes from a couple of years ago when those two were on fire. Ended up playing for Queensland, ended up playing for Australia by the end of the year. Nanai's skill set is ridiculous, but Murray Taulagi's yardage carries were better than anyone's I've ever seen for ages. He's fucking strong. He's big. He's fit. Looks motivated now, and I was that impressed with their back five. And then little Tommy Chester coming through the middle. It's that little left foot that he put on. Fucking
He's a
clean.
goer.
Oh, he comes hard. Yeah, fuck, it was good.
Feel like we always compliment the Cowboys. They've become a bit of a sneaky level.
I love the way they play.
I want to give Third Degree Burns a shout out.
The BB gun. Fuck.
Let's give Braden Burns a shout out because I looked into it, started looking into his career, watching this game. He's been in the league 10 years.
Yeah.
Right?
South Junior.
He's played 94 games in 10 years. So I look back at it like, what was happening at South? He was in South in a really good period, good players, and he was probably the next guy up, right? He was the sort of the.
He had AJ, Merritt was still there.
Yes.
Lottie. No, not 10 years.
17. So 17, I would say, that's the arrival of Latrell. Dane Gagai would have been there.
Yes. So down the depth chart.
Yeah. So anyway, my point is 40 games at South from 17 to 21. Then he went to the Bulldogs in a really tough period, 22, 23. From all reports, he was a really good clubman there.
Yeah, I like
22. But now he's had 32 games at the Cowboys, and I reckon he's been awesome for Tom Chester.
Yep. I didn't know he had this in him.
Yeah.
Like I love Braden Burns. I got along with him really well, and I was happy. I'm so happy for him to be able to reach his potential, right? Because there's injuries that have fucked him.
Just consistency, isn't it?
Non-stop. He's never been able to string a whole year together or, just say games together, more than 10 games or anything like that. And he's strung a couple of years together and they've been outstanding. He's always had mad talent. We just didn't fucking see it. And he never had a chance to prove it. Now he's proven. He's banging, defensively outstanding with the ball bang straight over Walsh, straight in there, set that try up twice, right? He's got that in him. So now I love seeing the people reach their potential because you've played with a lot of players that you see go, fuck, if you hadn't got injured, done ACL after ACL and shoulder reconstruction, just slows, especially wingers, soft tissue injuries, ankles and all that sort of shit, what he's had, slows you down that metre or two. But he's got it back, and he's the best bounce back of all time.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy for Braden Burns.
Yeah, pump for him.
Because he was on the chopping block after the Dogs let him go. He
Yep.
didn't know what he was going to do, and went up there and he had to earn his spot because they had those wingers there.
I think he ended up being a good bargain buy for him too, because remember they had Kyle Felt.
Yes.
Kyle Felt ended up going over the Super League. Petahiku went over the Super League. They needed to find guys who had been in systems for a while. Has shown potential.
Trustworthy players.
Trustworthy, that's what
But you just got to keep him on the field, and I think he's been outstanding for them.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy for fucking Braden Burns.
We talked about the Broncos a little bit there. Just the tricky part for Madge now, when everyone is fully fit. Billy Walters looked good in returning. Thought he had played some good minutes at the back end of the game. And Ben Hunt ended up having to play more minutes. I don't know what it sort of looks like with those two guys in the bench, whether you can play that Ben Hunt and Walters in the middle together and the sort of...
No, you can't. I mean, they're good defenders, but they're not outstanding. Two smaller bodies. You put Walters back to lock or some shit like that. You can't. You just got to keep Pat Carrigan on there as long as you can, and Payne Haas. Especially if you want to go if they still think it's like a mathematical chance to make it, you got to play all your big boys as many minutes as you can. Like, they're fit as hell. They've proven they can play big minutes, right? So, I mean, I don't know if there's a glimmer of hope for the Broncos. I think I wrote them off a couple of weeks ago, but I thought they were going to win this game because they had a lot more to play for. But
especially with Didden out.
Yeah, and the Cowboys just went fucking shut up.
Yeah.
But they played well. Walsh was on. Right?
If Ezra takes that second kick off that bounce, they had momentum.
Fuck. That was important. I mean, you could see how, he was so disappointed because he couldn't let it go, right?
Well, there's 3 or 4.
The ball was there, he's got that skill set to bring that in 9 times out of 10.
There was 3 or 4 Broncos and just Purdue, and Purdue got there just in time, just crowded
just
enough.
a little bit, a little bit of chaos just for him to not get a clean grab at it. I thought Nanai was still outstanding on that edge.
Yeah.
Lukey, they got a team there that can make some fucking noise there. Get Din back at the right time.
They can, apparently, yeah. So if he misses 3 weeks, that's sweet.
all right.
You can deal with that. But they're a bit of a mismatch.
It's the forwards. It's the intent. It's the aggression that I'm seeing in defence when you're doing it like this, and you're going against the Broncos, which have arguably one of the best, most fucking
talented
packs in the game,
Yep.
and you get over the top of them. You're not really scared of anyone else.
Well, now that they've done both the Broncos and the Panthers up there,
Yeah,
they've given them a lot of
I
confidence.
don't think they're worried about anyone.
Mm.
Honestly, don't. And Taumalolo is leading the way better than he has been
in the last
3 or 4 years.
Yep.
And it's outstanding to watch. And I think everyone's playing off his they know that the big man ain't got that many years left in him.
Mm.
But it'd be good to win another one for him.
The Titans 38 defeat the Dragons 18.
What a fucking low game.
This is a good
It's a
game.
good game. I mean, fuck. This killed me.
Yeah.
Anyway, it must have been the big weekend for me.
Yeah, you might have been a little bit hungover
I was
because
well over it.
Pascoe, the Oliver Pascoe saves the try there. It was last little bit for the Dragons to get back into the game. They put a little kick in. Not only does Ollie Pascoe get back there, he gets on the ball. He finds Jalen de Groot. Jalen de Groot gets out of the
I am
goals.
de Groot with the double, right?
Yeah. And he finds did you miss this bit?
No, I watched it.
Yeah, so when Pascoe comes up with that try scaver, finds de Groot, they get out of the goals, and then a couple sets later, he ends up scoring the try through the middle.
Yeah.
He's the perfect example of again, a story that I love. He was a great interview post-game. He was everything that you expect for a guy that gets his run late in his career. I found out that he had not been in any systems.
Remember what I said last week? I said, where has he come from? You said Q Cup. I went,
Cup.
and no one's really discovered him.
But I even didn't know whether he'd been in, like, say, training as a development player and then dropped back to Q Cup from the Broncos.
Has he been in the Broncos? Nothing.
Last year was his first year. This year was the first year got given an opportunity. Apparently, our man Jimmy Reid told us at the
Great
start of the
recruitment.
He just was winning all the drills, and he was really standing out after winning. I think he won Queensland Cup Player of the Year.
Yeah,
right,
so the talent's always been there, but he's just never been in the system.
So been in the system, and you can tell he's just grateful, and he's making the most of his opportunities.
I love watching him play. He's a spark there. Defends really well, and we're always looking at Verrills, and they were trying to fuck around with the 9 for years.
Yeah.
And like this guy's just taking his role.
He's perfect.
He is perfect because he complements the way that Jaden Campbell plays. He doesn't take too many yards off him. You know, early ball, throws lasers, works with his forwards. I love when he hitting Tino late, going forward first mentality.
Chris Randall as well.
Chris Randall was fucking
I like
outstanding.
Chris Randall.
Gun defender, never knew that he had this in him in attack, right? Even when he got through the line and bang, who did he throw it? Was it to Groot?
Yeah, to Pascoe. That was
it
the
to
try
Pascoe?
that came up
Okay,
with Pascoe,
shit,
yeah.
They all look the same, those fellas.
De Groot reminds me a little bit of Purdue.
Looks like
He's
him.
got a bit of Purdue about him. Yeah. He's
been around for a little bit now, about 3 years, but
his best position's fullback, but he's not going to get that over Kinney and
fucking not a chance.
Yeah.
But impressive attack by the Titans. Once they fucking next year, they're going to be a force.
Yeah.
You know, like they got how many times they've been beaten just this year.
Yeah.
But they competed with some great teams and they beat some great teams.
I love how
their defense together.
Yeah. Well, that's what Hane said because
he's built on that.
He goes, if you haven't been watching us closely this year, our defense has improved out of sight. We've just been unable to close games out. Like we're learning how to close games out and win in different ways, whether it's a tight game, whether it's a score fest like it was against Manly last week, or they went on with it against the Dragons in the second half. So Warriors, Cowboys, Knights, Sharks, Rabbitohs, Dolphins, like good way to finish the season for them. Also, I talked about Jojo Fafita as well. So for those who missed it at the start of the episode, he is eligible for 3 countries for the World Cup. So Dragons got those 250th. Super disappointed. Had a chat to him after. Normally I don't go to the losing teams, but it was good to catch up with me. Great mate. Normally I don't like to celebrate 50s, do I?
They're built there.
But Guthrie gets a pass. If anyone gets a pass.
250's good, mate.
Saw him talking to Phil Summy after the game.
Yeah, that was
the
good.
irony of everything. You forget that he's going to the Dragons next year as well with the Guth Arena.
Phil was my first interview. So I went straight up to Phil. He had an awesome game as well. You could tell it's a bit of a bittersweet moment for Phil because 10 years he's been at the Titans and he's been through the toughest of times.
Oh,
he's now
yeah.
going to the Dragons and I said, mate, like,
Jeez, it's going to be hard to watch him just say if the Titans make the top 8 and the Dragons are still
well,
fucked.
I said, like, is it how to look? And I asked him about Gutho. I said, you still had a bit of a rivalry going back to the Gutherinos. He goes, I've got so much respect for Gutho. I can't wait to play with him next year and all that. And they were having a good little chat after the game. So he's Phil Sammy is the sort of guy. Now, I've had a couple of Titans games this year. He's been in the game for 10 years. As I mentioned there before, and he'll see me and he'll go, scope, levels, all that sort of stuff, and like enjoy seeing me. I'll go, oh, can I have a chat? And he goes, oh, and gets a little bit nervous. Like he's still like, even after, it's not natural to people
No.
all the time. And he's a little bit nervous. And then as soon as he finishes the interview, he's like, good to see you, bro. And like sort of loosens up a little bit more. But yeah, I think he's going to be an excellent buy for him next year.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And Drinky and Metcalf.
Yep.
And Kalamatangi. That's they're 4 of the best buys.
Yeah, and the Dragons, it was Old Boys Day for them. 2 teams back to back that lost on Old Boys Day, and they'll be really disappointed. So the Dragons, just sort of dropped the ball on that one. They, I guess it must have been deflated with them last week with the Warriors, but hopefully they can finish the season strong. And it was good to see my man Gutho. Got this one from Dragon Shogun just before the game. Fuck you, Scope, up the Sharks. Yeah, you're right.
They're good, mate.
Can I show you a little bit on the Tongan fisherman? Have you seen him yet?
No, I watch him, yeah. I haven't seen this one.
Good afternoon, morning. It's the Tongan Fisherman. We're back with another video.
Good
I know you guys enjoy this one. First Baldy, Tricky Trindle. What do you think of the performance of the boys today?
I think it's a good performance by all the lads, and you just see all the good vibes around here. We just all enjoy working hard for each other. So
Just pat him on the head.
Very happy.
This one, next one.
Happy New Year. Very happy to have you in my team. Thank you, Bugu.
thank you so much.
Aden for Noah Blake.
Vanilla Blake,
Hi, mate. I'm going to explain the people of your haircut today. Looks awesome, by the way.
Yeah, the Magic Genie haircut. Good for the voice.
Tomasi.
Tomasi. That's Tomasi Hazelton.
Tomasi Hazelton.
Oh,
Yeah.
fucking love it.
I just want to get. What about
That's good.
Adam's haircut?
When I saw that and then he had the cape around, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like he's like a little monk.
Yeah.
It's a monk haircut.
Well, he's calling himself the genie.
Buddhist.
Did you see that?
Oh, okay.
He looks like a genie.
He's fucking Buddhist monk.
He looks like the genie from Aladdin.
Yeah, they're on a run, man.
Yeah, man.
They're playing some good football. Nico's fucking outstanding.
Remember, so I got this point right with Nico. Remember last year I said I felt like the goal kicking was affecting him.
Yeah.
Do you remember it? And I said
Because
I
after
mentioned-
he'd miss, it'd be like just body language.
well, so what happened was he missed a couple of games and Tricky kicked really well. And he's clearly a deep thinker, Nico. And I felt like it was the missed kicks were affecting his confidence and form. And sometimes he carries things with him.
Yeah.
But the opposite to that is when he's kicking them well, they can become a superpower for him because he's clearly a deep thinker, right?
Yeah.
I've known Nico for a number of years. I really like Nico.
Yeah.
You can tell that like confidence is a big part of his game. When he's feeling himself, he's feeling himself. And when he's not, it can really affect others in the team.
Mainly himself.
Mainly himself,
Yeah.
but his edge and everything.
Yeah.
So he kicked 8 from 8. Felt like 6 or 7 of them were from the sideline.
26 in a row.
He's on
27 in a row.
26 in a row, and I just think he is so assured of himself with his kicking, and that's a great reflection on where he is with his game right now.
I'm happy for him, mate, because he's been through the ringer last couple of years, getting in Origin, then everyone just fucking hammering him, saying he's this and that, not the fit for Cronulla. He was outstanding yesterday. The amount of line, I don't know. They were talking about super coach, like a couple of line breaks, and
He was good for my super
mate,
coach.
yeah, if you got him, but he's just his defense is outstanding. But the way that he's controlling the team and the combination that he has with Trindle fucking looks like it's dynamite. Where everyone was saying we only need one of them, we need one of them. No, you need both of those guys.
185 super coach points. So not bad.
But his kicking is outstanding. But he's just the way that he's controlling that team. You know, like it looks good. They look like a genuine threat. Like it's Kyle Hero and Ramian and Kennedy. They're just fucking dominating. Man.
Yeah.
They know it's their last hurrah. They're
Yeah.
playing with that sort of energy.
They're
You
similar
know?
to the Bulldogs. They're similar to your Bulldogs. They went through felt like around Magic, just before Magic round, they were both struggling.
Then they pumped us and went on a big run like now.
Ronaldo returned.
What about him?
He's clearly the.
I told you, it's hard to have a winger as your energizer bunny. Like, but it's him. He went bang straight over the little Welsh kid. Just fucking stepped old Kohler. You see that? Didn't know.
Oh yeah, Joey. Yeah, Joey had a rough day.
But just the mad fucking bump straight through.
Yeah,
clean.
Yeah,
and then bang hit. What's I think it was Kohler or Hopper. Hopper with the fucking right foot got him clean.
Yeah,
it's just lucky that they got tackled. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a couple of little things. Everyone's playing their role in the Sharks. It looks pretty good. They're impressive in defence, but their attack looks probably the best in the comp at the moment. At the moment, right now, after this week's performance.
Well, considering that they can start with 2 guys to take the sting out of the game, and I don't know if he's going to do this all the way through to the finals, but right now it's working.
Just give him a bit. Pretty smart.
Sifa Talakai and Adam coming off the bench.
What about that man off the kickoff? Well, Benny Trebojevic.
Straight through Benny, yeah.
Fuck, it was just proper collision. You see him hold the ball with one hand. That was just like, I don't care who's in my way. You fucking better.
How do you tackle that? He's too low.
Fucking can't.
He's too low.
You got to shoulder charge him.
He looks fit too, Sifa.
Yeah, he looks angry when he runs the ball, but he's like they got the best 1-2 punch off the bench. If that works, they'll keep sticking with it.
They did a good job of keeping the core group together, and I'll admit it. Like at times, I thought, "Fuck, have they need?" They were the team that we went into this season with no significant changes, and at the start, it's like, all right, you're missing something.
Yeah, like Colquhoun, Billy Burns, Teague Wilton. Right?
You got it right this time.
They're dominating.
He must be playing well for you to get his name right.
Yeah, Billy Burns is impressive, but fucking they're bashing blokes. Colquhoun bashing blokes. They got they're prototype sort of middles now. 102, 105 kilo, fit, play whatever minutes you want. Can play in the front row, back row, lock, everywhere. Every
time Olakau'atu got the ball, Teague Wilton was just shooting out the line because they know that's
he's the main guy.
Yeah.
And Teague's that dog, I think. He doesn't care.
And it's smart too because you don't want to let Olakau'atu wind up.
Don't ever let him wind up.
So if you get out there.
Fitzy's a genius at that as well.
Even if you miss. Like a couple of times he got up, shot, missed, but he corralled him into other.
But who are you worried about in the Manly team apart from Olakau'atu? He's the linchpin to that team. You take him out, head off the snake, and that's what Fitzy's like. Fitzy was like that as a player. When he was at the Roosters and any other team that he played for. Take the big guy out. Put as many numbers as you can on him because what's the other threat?
It's got to be Kohler.
Yeah.
Back to fullback. Back to fullback. Lehi's an awesome complementary player. Like when the Manly team were flowing and they're on top of a team, I think in these games when they play a big dog,
put him on the wing.
They need those X factor plays from Tolu.
But because I know Hopewadi's strong as hell.
Yeah.
Sometimes you know right technique and everything like that. You can because he's not that heavy. You can pick him up and drive him back. Right. Kohler, you can't really because he's so strong and it's so and he's one of the Dylan Edwards sort of mentality too. Just take the meters.
Yeah.
And if you don't account for his speed and strength, he'll run straight through you. And go the distance as well. So Lehigh Opawati can be on the bench, not on the bench, on the wing straight away. And you've still got Sabi over there. You can still win games. They fucking can't give up. They've been working so hard, the Eagles. But they're on the fucking decline big time.
Last part about the Sharks. Second place may be too difficult. Now, I said this last week. I looked at their draw. She got a really good draw to come home. Really good, favourable draw to come home.
Could they get the minor premiership?
No, it's too far, and I don't think they can even get second place. But what they would, they'd like their chances if they can get to third. So therefore, they avoid Penrith.
Yeah.
Penrith's been their bogey team the last couple of years, right?
Yeah, well then.
And the Storm. It's the Penrith and the Storm that have beat them in the prelims in the last couple of years.
Storm off, which is good.
So Storm are gone. They don't have to worry about the Storm anymore. Penrith is still the team.
They don't care about the Roosters either.
No. That's my point.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's where I thought you were alluding to.
Nah, they'll like their chances against the Roosters. They wouldn't mind the Roosters.
Straight into a prelim,
and then you avoid Penrith all the way to the grand final if they can. Yeah,
there's a pathway there,
and then you can send the Roosters to the Panthers.
Yeah, it's very doable. They just keep winning. They're sitting there and they can just, they look scary. Like I feel like it's like nearly the full package of a team that can actually win the comp this year because of people are falling over.
Yeah.
They're falling over.
It's been a weird old season, hasn't it?
Penrith's beatable. They're beatable.
the Joey Walsh. I like the Joey Walsh try at the end. A couple of things I really like about it, right? I know it was Sharks have put the Q on the rack, but he had a rough day defensively. There were a couple of times, not only the Ronnie
Got to fix that shit up.
he's got to get better at it. And that's it.
Sorry, because they're just one-on-ones.
Yeah.
Can't fucking help you there, mate.
Yeah, there's a couple of times he's just got to make his tackles, right? And that's Foz will be teaching him better than anyone. But I love the mindset that he kept on competing all the way to the end because younger kids, they can, all right, this game's getting away from us. Let's just
play shit, fuck it. I don't care about the end of the game.
Yep.
Get me off the team. Get me off the fucking ground.
He not only beat Nico, Britton, and he went through Will Kennedy as well, slammed him down. And then, I was like, ooh, how's he going to react to that? My first thing was like, don't get up and celebrate.
Yeah, fuck
And he got up and he's just like, because I know for the Dry July thing, right? So I'm all for the players doing all that. But I was like, it's been a rough game. And he gets up and he was just like, you could tell he's pissed off. And I was like, fuck yeah, good sign.
There's a dog in him.
He's a dog in him, right? And then he gets back. And then once it gets back to halfway, bang, hits the Dry July. Yeah. Gives him the $1,000 because I'm all on board that as well. I think this.
No, I like it.
It shows maturity.
Because I'm like, don't you dare.
Yeah.
It's where were you when the game was on fucking on tilt?
Yeah.
When the first 20 minutes when they weren't made 3 line breaks through you.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't.
That was the veterans mentality.
Yeah, I know. I love it.
Yeah.
And it's maturity and it's like, okay, well, I scored the try, but then I'll wait for the cameras to be not fully on me and then do it, right?
Yeah.
So I respected that. I saw that as well. I was just like, okay, you've had an ordinary game defensively, attack-wise. And hey, you're going to get those, mate. You're going to get those, kid. Like you're going to have to make you one-on-ones. You got some big fucking strong people in this comp. And he's a bit lighter than most. Like he's light, but still make your tackles.
He's a little chunky.
Yeah. I think next year he'll be better for it. But just make you one-on-ones, mate.
Here's what Foz has in front of him. It was a huge loss, and he would have felt it more because he bled for that club better than anyone. Foz on Old Boys Day, they've got the bye next week to reset. They could get a couple of really important players back, and then they get the Storm, who are depleted. They'll have no Harry. They'll have no Munster. Dolphins are going to be tricky. Really tough, especially if Katoa returns by Jack Bostock said on the lounge last night. He's probably about 3 weeks away. Oh, by the way, Kurt Donahue last week said iron sharpens iron on the interview that we had with him. Nice. Then they've got the Knights without Dylan Lucas and Dylan Brown. Winnable. A couple of weeks ago, that would look like an ugly matchup. I think that's at Newcastle as well.
Yeah. That's Old Boys Day, isn't it?
That's their Old Boys Day.
Yeah, I'll be up there.
I'm calling that game. We're both going to be up there, Mace. Dragons and Warriors. It's not they can get 3 from 5.
Yeah.
And a bye.
4, yeah.
And then that gets them in. And then that gets them in. So I looked at it. So they've got 9. So they're on 9 wins. That'll get them to 12 wins. No, shit, they need to get to 13.
Yeah, they need 13. They still need the other people around, other teams around there. Yeah. They're not going to be bloody getting 5 from 5. They're going to come up against some teams. Like the Dogs need to be on that run.
Yeah.
Like Cam is going to be on that sort of mentality. Like the Eagles, if they go, just say right now, if the Eagles go win 3, have the bye, right? And Canberra do the same thing. Canberra's done.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because they're on 2 more points than them, I think. And the Dogs, we need to win every single game. We've got no buys left. So if we win every single game and
Canberra got really bad for and against.
It's fucked, yeah. But
you guys do too, minus 58.
Then we imagine if we didn't have the last couple of weeks.
So, yeah, exactly. So Manly have the bye next week, so they'll jump up to you guys before the round finishes, and you obviously with the game in hand.
We got this week.
I just had a look at it, didn't I? Let's have a look.
It was a
winnable game. It was a winnable.
Bulldogs play Storm in Melbourne, 8 o'clock.
Game.
Yeah,
winnable game. Yeah, good time to get
not going to Melbourne ever again for a while.
Yeah, have a break. All right, let's have a break and come back on Thursday. Anything else before we go, boys?
We're done.
All done.
Great show.
See you on Thursday.
See you Thursday.